Give people a chance to get in here. I'll get set up. I also got your links already saved so I can drop them in the chat and everything for you, Tony.
Awesome. Thank you.
All right. Hi, Supine. How you doing? Her chat's not showing up on my chat, so I'm glad I got this on. Oh, there it is. How are you, Supine? Good to see you. We'll let a couple people get in here. I'll drop your links. I got them on the other phone. Oh, Vinny just keeps getting booted. I don't know how this is going to work out. But hopefully Mike gets here soon. Here's Phil's creepy videos. He's an awesome YouTuber. He's got some really great content.
Awesome.
Let's see. Let a few people get in here, and then we'll start introducing everybody and start talking some Orlando Phantasm.
Hello, Supine.
All right. Let's see. We got 4 in here. All right, guys. Hey, welcome to a Doomsday's Krypt live stream. Tonight we got with Tony Greco from Orlando Phantasm.
How you doing?
Huge event coming up. Tons of Michael Myers. So, you know, I had to put that out there if I could figure out it in my head. We got so little screen now. We had it all set up, and then the screen goes.
He's over here. He's over there.
All this setup, and all we're going to have is my head. So that's all right. Let's see. Oh, here's Mike or Vinny. Let's probably both. Ooh, both of them. So get them in here. And we also have Steve Merlo with us.
Hey.
Soil Massacre fan project, prequel. It's doing really well on Indiegogo. Looks like it's going to be an awesome event. We got Camp Crystal Cabin 6. He does a lot of my editing. He's a hawk maker. He'll be joining me at my table, showing off his hawks at Orlando Phantasm. Can't wait. So excited.
How y'all doing?
Phantasm Orlando. Which do you like to have it called? Phantasm Orlando?
It doesn't matter. That's just we tack that on there because that's the town it's in, the city it's in. So it's Phantasm, but Phantasm Orlando is fine. Either way, doesn't matter.
And then we got Vinny Cucurato, amazing guy. He did all these pieces you see behind me here.
How we doing, John? How's Steve? Hello, Tony. How you doing, Vinny?
How you doing? Very good. Very well.
All right.
We're all ready to rock that joint in Orlando. That's for sure. I can't wait.
We are too.
John, you see the bottom right below the screen where we're at? You can change the view with all those boxes. You can change it so it's just our circles, or you can change it, so that's how you do that.
We'll let Tony introduce himself. I'll put him up on the screen. There we go.
How you doing, everybody? My name is Tony Greco. I am the owner and promoter of Phantasm Orlando, a new haunt and horror convention in the area. This is our second year, obviously held over from not having it in 2020. But it's going to be a great time. We have a lot geared up, ready to go for you. A lot of performances, a lot of celebrities, a lot of live shows, podcasts, costume contests. Phantasmagoria is going to perform. It's just going to be a good time. Got a haunt coming in, buried alive simulator, a whole bunch of stuff. So it's going to be a great time. We're glad everyone's been excited.
Excellent. I'm excited. I'll tell you that.
Awesome.
All right. And then why don't you introduce yourself, Steve?
Sure. I'm Steve Merlo. I'm the writer-director of The Sawyer Massacre, which is a Texas Chainsaw Massacre fan film, an unofficial prequel of sorts, unless you're expecting an origin story, which our film doesn't really do. But we've been crowdfunding it on Indiegogo. It's in demand. We've raised about $30,000 to make the film. At this point, we're hoping to raise a little bit more still. We don't start filming until March, so COVID permitting, of course, too. But we look forward to filming in Texas in March, and go support us on Indiegogo if you got a few bucks here and there.
Awesome. I'm really looking forward to the Sawyer Massacre for sure.
Thank you so much,
Mike,
John.
why don't you introduce yourself? Mike, I guess not.
Did we lose his? We lost Mike's mic.
No, I'm here. I'm
know.
here. I got
Oh,
two
there he
mute
is.
buttons. I got two mute buttons.
Actually, he doesn't have a picture, so all you'll see is his logo, which is pretty awesome, I think.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, I slapped it together for July's Krypticon, and I kind of liked it. I got someone actually tweaking it, so I'm not going to change it. I like what it is. I like the waves, and but yeah, I'm Mike. I'm from Camp Crystal Cabin 6. I am a custom and film accurate hawk maker. I've been doing it for around 6 months, but I tell you what, people are reacting. Like I've been doing it for years. I was very flattered by those compliments at Krypticon, and a lot of it was pretty busy there. We didn't get enough as much traffic as we had hoped, but there was a lot of people there. We had a great time. So definitely looking forward to Orlando. It's going to be awesome down there. I mean, I'm right in St. Augustine, Tony.
Oh.
So yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's just a hop, skip, and a jump for me.
Yeah, well, we're actually out of Bradenton, Sarasota area. Is where the home base is.
Okay.
But yeah, so we're a little bit south of Orlando, so we're not based out of there, but that's where the show's based. But
Gotcha.
yeah, St. Augustine. I've never been up there. The wife wants to go up there, and yeah, it's just I've lived here since '81. I've never gone. So.
Oh, you got to check. It's gorgeous. You'll love it, and she is not wrong. We got to, I mean, and a lot of times, our family has a condo on the beach, and a house. But my aunt owns a condo, but she goes to Biloxi every month, and it's always free for for weekends and stuff like that for a couple, 2 or 3 days. I always ask people, if, hey, you want to come up for you and your wife could take the condo and have some fun up there for a couple days. It's good stuff, man. It's a gated community, so it's a private beach.
Oh, that'd be awesome. That's awesome. That sounds great. Yeah. You do all the haunted tours and everything up there? Or?
No, I just moved up here last October, actually. So I really haven't had time. I kind of got here, been taking care of some family issues. So really that's been taking up most of my time. And then I just got into hawk making, I went through some hard times, and then that was what kept me going. I just put on some, Manfredini, and then I started a business. So here we are.
Hey, be creative. Do something you like to do, something that's fun, something that you're interested in, and just be creative.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's our logo here at Camp Crystal Cabin 6, Creation Untamed.
Nice.
Awesome.
For being a hawk maker for a short time, you definitely did at a great booth at Krypticon, and it's going to be awesome joining forces on our booths together, because we kind of went there together. And it would have been better just to get one table. So we got one table together this time. So there's going to be tons of Myers, tons of Jason, tons of everything. So Tony,
yes.
How did you get started doing conventions? How did you this journey begin for you?
Well, I've gone to conventions a lot. So I'm older, so I used to go to the Star Trek conventions and stuff around here. I'm a nerd too. I mean, I see the. It's not just horror. I see the Return of the Jedi poster up there, so we got all that stuff too. I was in the 501st Legion, Stormtrooper Costuming Club and all that. But I used to go to the conventions, and I used to go to one in Tampa called Necronomicon every year.
Yeah.
And MegaCon, all these other conventions and stuff. And I just it came to me one day, and we were like, well, there's not a whole lot of horror cons. There are some, but let's do one. Let's do another one.
Yeah.
And it just, I found some people, met some people and stuff, and people that I've known for years that, had gone to cons and helped and volunteered at other shows and things like that. And then found an investor, and it happened. Everything fell into place, and it was just a great time. I said, let's do it. And we did it. And then word of mouth for the first show was pretty positive. I mean, it wasn't as big a turnout as we wanted, but you live and you learn, and you decide figure out what you're going to do differently next time, or what you're going to not do next time, and that was it. So we seem to have pulled together a pretty good show. A lot of people were impressed with it enough to say, hey, we want in on that, So we've met a lot of people, and a lot of people have jumped on that really want it to be their home.
Well, you got a lot of amazing guests coming in. I mean, I mean, for me to coup de grace, Nick Castle, that's a massive name, bro. I don't know what the hell you did to get him in there, but I'll tell you what, He's probably just like all the other superstars out there of horror, just down to earth, really nice guys. I couldn't like CJ Graham floored me. He was just like he's very smart witted, very quick on his feet with words. He's very well spoken. CJ was amazing to hang out with. Tyler Main I must have talked to him 1,000 times just walking by. Really big guy. Tyler's huge.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's a big man.
Yeah, very big man. But it was a great time. So it's going to be great.
Well, you got to be a big guy to be able to wear Ken Foree's overalls.
Seriously, right?
He ain't small either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah, Nick Castle is just. I've never met him actually. This would be my first time. But yeah, I've heard nothing but good things about him. I heard that he's you can tell by the way he is. He's real loose when he speaks.
Right.
And it's just funny that's Michael. You watch the movie and it's hard to put that to him. You know what I mean? It's just so funny. You know, you look at Kane Hodder and Tyler Mane, you go, okay, I could see it. But Nick's just so, goofing off on the set and all that kind of stuff too.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to meet him.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get a couple prints and get him signed and everything because I gotta get it's Nick Castle. So
yeah.
But good times.
Yep.
I'm gonna drop some of these Phantasm links for you here while you guys are talking a little bit. So anybody, if you're in the Orlando area or you want to go to an event, it's the event to go to, I think. I mean,
absolutely.
Second year is impressive. If you're a Michael Myers fan, it's almost you got to go if you're in the area. There's no way to not go. I mean, you got Nick Castle, James Jude Courtney, PJ Sold, you even got Tom Atkins. You got the Halloween 3 cast, you got 78, and you got Kills going. And with the new movie coming out, it's going to be epic. Oh. And I picked up a whole bunch of rehauls for my buddy Vinny. Let's see if Vinny can talk here. Vinny, can you hear us?
I can hear you fine. You can't hear me.
We can hear you, but you're muffled.
I can hear you, but you're muffled.
The masks off. Take the masks off.
Or take the pillow out of your mouth or something.
Or just yell.
Hey!
Get a microphone.
That's what I got. It's a piece of crap.
Take it out. Take it out. Do you have it plugged into the PC? It may work better without it. Give it a whirl. Give it a slice, sliver, smash, blunt force trauma.
It wasn't a piece of crap.
That's true. Yeah, you can't take horror con weapons to an actual fight.
But yeah, I'm really excited there, Tony. This is going to be something really special. I mean, I can't see you not just catapulting with the Phantasm. Are you planning on growing more than Orlando, doing some other areas? I mean, you kind of started at like with the thing where it was just difficult where you started from. It was like you had a great first year, like you said, for a first year. I'm sure you learned a ton just by putting on your own. I can't even imagine, like doing one booth for me is a lot of work, and the amount of work that has to go through.
Yeah,
getting ready is insane.
There's a lot to it. I'm not a pro, I can't run it all. I have great people that are working with us and all that stuff. And it's definitely a group effort. It's not, I have no ego about that. It's, I'm super con guy because it's not that at all. We got a lot of people that are, heading their own departments and things like that really know their stuff. It was my brainchild, but it's everybody.
It takes a team to make it happen. Like, one of the things I always say in my group is one of the things I started with was, communities build strength, and the horror community is one of the strongest ones. So having that support team that you have is really, like you said, you can't do it alone. It definitely takes a team to make it happen. So that's great. You have that team around you.
Yeah, we found, we had a great venue. I mean, the Rose and Shingle Creek, I don't know if you've ever been to it or if you looked up the website or anything like that. It's one of the biggest convention spaces in Orlando that's not a convention space.
I've never been down there. Yeah.
It's a gorgeous place, and they wanted us. So they said, we want you here. We want you to grow. And it was great. It was great. So
yeah, that's going to be
I think it's going to be good for everybody. I think everybody's going to have a blast that goes. I see big success with it. And
we hope so.
He's not here right now. He's got some stuff that he's in the works. I know Mike's working on bringing some more hawks, some new hawks.
I'm bringing a nice.
Have a bunch
I'm bringing a nice set of Jason Rising hawks, Tony. You'll be happy with that because they're flying off my shelf. I keep every morning I'm waking up. I got another Rising hawk order because they're hand carved. It's a different hawk than any other one. All the cracks you can't just you can't paint these motherfuckers in. These are all hand done by my. So it takes a good 3.5, 4 hours to just for the crack work. So it's
all right. Well, people that do like the cracks on like the part 3, part 4, after the clear coat started to crack. I mean, that's insane crack lines. It's going vertical, it's going horizontal, and you got all the chips. I mean, that's insane. I don't know how people do it and make it like if it's actual cracks or if they draw it on with a pencil and clear coat over it.
It depends. Like for instance, I'd take Horror Effects Designs or like Topher from A New Kind of Fear. They actually use decals for their scarring. So their scarring goes down. And I noticed, I don't know if they use, I don't know, and pardon me if they don't. But it looks like I bought a Horror Effects Designs Ghost Hawk, and I'm looking at it, and it's almost like it's computer generated. You know what I mean? He did one wash and then fed it into a system, and then it prints out the actual, because the way that it is, it's like, all right, so the scars are underneath the paint. I don't know how he does that. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, you can peel the scars off almost, but you can't. It's really weird how he does it. It looks fantastic, but I like to hand paint mine. I like everything hand painted unless I'm doing like a custom or like a Rising Hawk right now is big for the cracks.
Yeah.
But yeah, like part 8 that John has there. Those cracks in there, you can't just paint them on. You have to let this paint and and everything seep in. Like that left side, there's a double crack over there, or triple.
The one on the eye here.
Yeah, and you have to get that right. And the same thing on the right side. There's one little gash.
Yeah.
I just like film accurate. You know what I mean? I try to work that way and then work backwards. With customization shit. Yeah,
I did a couple part 8s. I did one for a buddy of mine, and I think I sent you a couple pictures. But
yes, yeah.
I've done a few for people.
I got this new blank, and I never did one before. Is that my part 6?
Yep.
Yay.
I opened up your box. I put Camp Crystal Cabin 6 hawks here, so I figured I'd show them as we go and talk hawks and other things.
Hey,
but
other things.
What's been the biggest challenge for Orlando Phantasm for you this year? I mean, other than the obvious.
Right. Just people are wanting to know, what's going on in terms of, safety and things like that. People are ready to get out and do things. And then there's still, trepidation about it as well. You don't want anyone, put anyone in harm's way. But these things don't, it's not like, hey, I'm going to have a convention. You set it up. And then if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. There's things that have to go in an order for things to be, if we're going to be postponed like we were the first time, it's, either the county or the state or the whatever shuts you down or shuts down, on their own, or the hotel can say, nah, we're not going to host any events. But to just say we're not going to do it, you can't do that. There could be penalties involved. There could be other things that would kill you. So you got to try to follow the line of, common sense, protocol, contracts, because you can't just void a contract and just say we're not doing it. Then you go, okay, well then you owe X. Or,
you can back out, but you're going to owe a shitload of money.
Of course, of course, yeah, and then you're going to owe for hotel room nights and all that rent.
Oh yeah, they're not giving that back.
So it isn't just we can't do it. There's got to be a reason you're not doing it, and it's got to fall into whether it's what do you call it, with like
guidelines,
natural disaster, force majeure, stuff like that. That's pretty much the only way they could do it if something's declared like that. Otherwise you're dead in the water. But I mean, there's other challenges and as well. You got to find sound and lighting. You got to find, insurance, stuff like that. There's a lot that goes in, lot involved. Then, you got to create artwork, advertising, boost social media posts,
websites. Yeah.
Websites. Yep.
That's a big part of it. Updating and all that other stuff.
Things got to be timed.
Advertising alone is a job. I've kind of learned that with what I'm doing, just keeping up with things, and you want to try to interact as much and
these freaking things go off all the time. And look.
Oh, I hear you. I hear you. I can only imagine what it's doing for you, especially with concerns. I can't imagine how many concerned people come to you, and it's like, oh, this and this, and what's going on with this, and if this happens, it's a tricky situation. I think it's all going to go really well for you. I think, like you said, people are just ready.
We're ready, but like I said, they want to err on the side of caution, and we understand.
Totally understand.
Sure. It's crazy. But, I mean, you don't want the celebrities to feel uncomfortable. You don't want them to feel in danger or anything. So we're doing what we can. So
that's all you can do, man.
All you can do.
Steve, I'm working on a Leatherface hawk, and it's not easy.
Yeah?
It's not. It's a pain in the ass. That and the Myers is a pain. I'm doing a half Myers, half one, and you have the way that the hair is. The hawk goes higher than the hair because the hair steps down. So I got to Dremel it, and then I got this nice diamond bit though that I got. It costs $40, but whatever. I had to get it. The other one that they give you with the Dremel is the sander. The metal ones that I use for scarring is way too thick, not for what we're doing. And the problem with blanks, as you guys know, you make one mistake, one drill hole too big, you're fucked. One run wrong, like if you accidentally rub it against the outside, rub it on the inside. Nobody cares what the inside looks like. You know what I mean? I like to make them look nice, decent, but I present mine on the outside. But man, you make one mistake, there's another $25 down. All my blanks run me $20, $15, $20 each. So I get a good deal for my guy. But I got this new part 8. It's called the Hero. And it's a thinner version. It's a bigger hawk, but I've never done one before. I'm going to be bringing that to the show, so that's going to be interesting. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but it's going to be kind of up to my leisure, I guess. But I'm going to have to use my meringue paint again. Did you know there's freaking silicone shortage? So I didn't know that was in fucking spray paint, and so it's a bitch finding the right color spray paint. So if any hawk makers are out, make sure you guys get plenty of backup paint for spray paint, because almonds like out of stock everywhere.
Yeah, all that supply stuff's going up. Silicone resins. I mean, people make like the Star Wars helmets and stuff. It's the 2-part, silicone, 2-part, smooth cast or whatever. All that stuff's up $40, $50 more than it was before, if not more. It's crazy.
So, it is.
Inflation.
It's not going to change anytime soon. It's only going to go one way, and that's up right now.
Latex masks too.
Yeah, I save all my receipts, for the business, so I can just whatever at the end of the year. But still, now is the time that hurts, But you got to put money to make money. That's what I did. I didn't figure. My hawks are only $75, but I give you the same quality as ones for $150. Sorry, bottom line, and I can do a better job than half you motherfuckers doing it for $150. What kind of fucking 10-year-old can afford a fucking $150 mask, bro? And it's not even screen accurate. Get the fuck out of here. I'm going to offer people the right hawk for the right money, and that's the bottom line. So everyone can enjoy it and afford it. You want custom? I'll charge a little bit more. If it's fiberglass, a little bit more. But other than that, you're not going to find anything, super crazy on there. I just don't like the pricing. Just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, some of them are, Michael masks, some of them going to go up too, you know what I mean?
But that's different though, Tony, because that's a whole other artwork in itself. Like, I don't know. And I don't even know how the hell Myers mask makers do it. I wouldn't even know how the hell to begin that. I'm going to have to talk to you about that gun or whatever, the process of having to make my own hawks, because I love my guy, but I'd like to make my own. You know what I mean? Over time.
A chopper gun, like for fiberglass. Like I said, if you don't have a big area, at least when I really, really worked with glass and on some boats and stuff like that, I only did that one time. But you're spraying 2-3 foot, spray, so you're going to waste a lot of material. I just laid them up by hand when I did them. But unless you had a mold and you had a silicone mold out there with like 8 or so negatives, and you make a sheet of, a window size, spraying 8 or 10 of them at one time. That's
what I want to talk to you about. If you can help me later, I'll talk to you, when I get there. But so we're not taking up all everyone's time. Yeah. But Yeah, Rick, is that the Mulpagano? Last time I looked at Mulpagano, it was $1,800. Yeah, it was $1,800, and I think that ended today.
Oh,
today?
it's probably. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, at the end of it, $2,000, over $2,000. That's where I was really excited about the Mulpagano that Vinny made the bus for.
Yeah,
I can't. I got to have the cast sign a few of my things that are in my collection for sure. I'll probably spend as much as I make getting the stuff that I want for myself. But there's going to be a ton of Myers on the table. I got some really cool stuff in the works. Vinny's got some great stuff in the works.
Vinny, you here?
Planning on having 2 TVs in the back, so run a loop of some of the things I'm love and some of the stuff I've done, like different talents like Jesse Aarons, Vinny Cucurato, as you know. People who are creating things like Steve Merlo, or the horror community. I feel you support these guys.
If you're going to run power at your booth, find out.
Yeah,
let me know where your booth is, or right into the site, because we have to know if there's a power plug for you there. It's not just for,
I think
I'll just bring a gas generator in. It'll be fine.
Okay, I'll call the fire marshal and tell them that you're paying for it. Yeah.
Don't worry about the noise.
I think he's V17. I got a pretty good memory. I saw V17. I think.
Well, I will. I'll talk to you about it and find out, because I wasn't even thinking about it. I know I got all the stuff, and I was talking to Mike about it earlier before we started.
We heard you, Vinny. Now you're roboting though. That's what they call.
We got to get rid of the potatoes and get them some real equipment. Now we can hear him, but he can't hear us.
Well, he's on a Commodore 64, folks, so don't be too bad about it.
He upgraded. He upgraded by the Apple II from the Apple II. No, I know he's been looking forward to being here, so I hope he can get it situated so he can hear us.
Because I can show. I talked to him earlier about sharing his pictures and shit, so we can get that in there.
Well, he had his picture on one, and now it's not, so he probably changed devices. Vinny, can you hear us? Vinny,
he's there. I hear his air.
I hear him. He doesn't hear us. I'll message him on Facebook and let him know we hear him.
Yeah, we do.
We hear you, Vinny. Just run your mouth.
Yeah, just talk.
Yeah, we got some really cool stuff planned that me and Vinny have been talking to bring to the event. And I was gonna go this one. I'm like, I'll go see family. I'll get a small booth, and then got the big booth. And it's like I'll still just take a few things now. I'm gonna be stuffing that van and shipping whatever I can, because I definitely. I'm excited about this. I mean, beating all the.
I hope it's good. I mean, if you're stocking it all with the Michael stuff to take advantage of it, you know where people are going to go.
Yeah.
So.
And the table. The location's really good, so hopefully we can get power there if it's needed. We'll figure it out. Worst comes to worst, we'll use a laptop, but power's kind of nice if you're using a phone. So we'll talk about that after, because it was one of the things. I don't really need power. I'll bring the animatronics. I don't care if they're really working anyway. It's just for the visuals.
Yeah.
So, but we'll figure it out.
Vinny, you're almost there. I think he's going into a black hole. Hello.
It's like ting, ting.
Oh, there we go. No,
I can't even
understand.
Yeah, it's breaking up.
Which is a bummer. I know he's been really like even his raffle that we did, the raffle for it was a Halloween '78 lamp. I don't know if you saw that one.
I saw some of them, yeah.
We got some more of those in the plans. We got some kills ready to be rehauled. We got Camp Crystal Cabin 6 there. I'm definitely going to be promoting my buddy Steve here at the table. See if we can get some more interest.
I'm excited for that. I'm excited to see that.
Yeah. I don't know if you've had a chance to. I'll send you the links, Tony. But the trailers look really good. And
the trailers look great.
Things about it, Steve? Like you had Grandpa and about what's going on.
Yeah, is he gonna? Is John Dugan going to be at Phantasm?
No.
Okay. Well, he was in it. He was nice enough to actually do a voiceover cameo in our teaser trailer. And since our film actually takes place 8 years before the original, he's actually voicing Grandpa for the first time. So that's one pretty cool thing about our teaser trailer.
That's cool.
And it's a really high quality teaser trailer. It's
all the cameras, really dude. The cameras make it, man. They really do. Like, it's just
I know like Steve's worked on other projects too.
Right.
I'm an indie guy, though. I'm not a.
I really think it'll be a great thing. I think it's going to be it's going to be great. It's going to be a success for you. I know you've been wanting to
for it. Yeah.
But yeah,
that's okay.
With Orlando, so Roy, I talked to him a little bit. He seems like a great guy. I'm sure he's been a big help with you. You kind of mentioned that. If you want to give him like,
I've known him for quite a number of years and stuff, and he just knows his shit, and just he's just good. Does artwork, does all that stuff, planning, coordinating, just the top dog. Top dog.
That's awesome. Yeah, like you even told me today, is if you need anything, talk to him. He's even said that to me. I really appreciate that.
Yeah, just if you're busy and don't have time, it doesn't matter. Just call me or whatever. Either one.
You guys always respond, and me and you've been talking quite a bit, just going back and forth, which been a lot of fun, showing me some of the stuff because you're a talented guy too.
Yeah,
you don't just run an event. You got some skills.
Oh yeah.
I used to do, like I said, the masks and stuff like that with a buddy of mine, Greg Baker. He was a makeup artist, trained with Dick Smith. Learned from Dick Smith. Actually went to his house and learned quite a few things and stuff, and hung out with him a lot. And he did like Bub appliances for me, Planet of the Apes, stuff like that. And he's always big in the Halloween time, doing like the pub crawls where he'd go and do bullet hits for people or vampire bites and stuff. Worked on a couple movies. He worked on Basket Case 3, and just I called him one day. I found his business card in a comic shop, and I grabbed it, and I'm like, oh, I wonder if he can make me a Jason mask. I called him up one time. Hey, someone popped in. And I called him up, and he's like, well, I never made Jason mask, but I could make you Jason's face, because he had already made a part 4. And then I started working with him when I was in high school, and he lived in Sarasota, and I'd drive down there and help him, and we did stuff for Universal and things, and I just learned from him. So, I'm less of a sculpting guy and more of like a, hard materials. I could build armors and stuff like that. Like I said, I was in the 501st Legion and stuff. So I know how to do Bondo work and things like that. I'm learning to do sculpting work now.
What about the paint? Did you do the paint on that? Do you do like all the painting? Like you showed me a piece today?
Yeah, I painted that. And that was just a 2-color red and black. But yeah, I do most of my own paint jobs and things like that. Like the latex painting and stuff like that. I'm learning that. I did it with him back in the day when you mixed the with Prozaid and stuff like that to paint them. Now people are just mixing latex and acrylic and getting the special formulations from, Trick or Treat or whatever that they sell, the paints and stuff. But yeah, I usually do most of my own paint work and stuff on props and things like that. So, and I've done the Jason mask, though. I paint all those myself.
Yeah, those are great. Those are fantastic. I was like, when I was talking to you, you started showing me things that your buddy did, the Planet of the Apes. That was that thing.
Yeah, that was Greg. He did that. Yeah, he did that. And that was basically he did the makeup for that, and it's actually right here. I got the dragon skin. That's the upper part.
Nice.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, and it's been well worn, but there it is. I used to have a lot more hair, so I looked like a monkey. But yeah, so that was just a dragon skin appliance with a lower jaw, and believe it or not, the old Don Post The Mask Michael mask, that's what the head was. I bought one of those for $30, cut the face out, rehaired it like the gorilla, put that on. He did the makeup here, glued it to my face, and then just glued hair to the edge of the appliance and brushed it over. So if I lean forward, I'd have this much of no hair around my face, and it worked out perfectly.
Yeah. It looked fantastic in that picture. That was you in the suit, right?
Yeah, that's me.
That looked fantastic, and also the bub. Yeah, that bub was spot on, really.
Yeah, he did that. Unfortunately, the mold broke. He moved his shop a couple times. And the mold got broke before I wanted to take the appliance, run another appliance, and put it on a bus and finish it out and make a slip mask. But we never got to do that. But yeah, that was full dragon skin. I had grown my hair out, and then my wife's aunt thinned my hair, dyed my hair, styled it, and then I actually wore that to a con, and it was very popular. Everyone, everywhere I went, bub. So I'd love to do it again. I still have the costume and the collar. I have everything but the mask. I would love to do that again. And Savini was at the show when I wore it, and he was blown away. So yeah. I would love to do it again, man.
I can't believe you were in the 501st, man. We were just hanging out with a bunch of those guys at in Missouri. A ton of where they were right next to our booth.
They were right next to mine. They
had all their R2 or C3PO.
That Frankenstein fell in there. Luckily, it was after they moved all their stuff. Frankenstein fell off one of my racks. My Frankenstein latex by Evil J.
I don't remember that. Oh wow.
Those guys,
I get startled the hell out of them because it's kind of a heavy mask. I had it stuffed with stuff, and it was there fine all weekend, and then it might have gotten bumped or something, and it just kind of,
Yeah, those guys, their suits, man, they put so much into them and stuff. Like stormtroopers, I mean, you cut it out, you build it to yourself. But like people that do Vader or Boba Fett or anyone else that's like, it's so hot and so involved and so much leather and fiberglass. They're insane.
We talked to a bunch of. There was what's the? I'm not a massive Star Wars fan, so I don't know like all the. But the 505, there's so much good people over there. What are the black ones? The black stormtroopers. They're like bounty hunters, but they got
like the Death Troopers or something.
Death Troopers they're the Death Trooper ones, and there's TIE pilots, but the Death Trooper ones are from like the Rogue One movie and Mandalorian and stuff. Yeah, they're insane. And then you got people making R2 units and stuff that are.
Oh, they had three.
The R2s. You would have thought it was really intelligent AI, like because it moved around. It didn't run one person over. It was cool. It was different. I didn't expect it at a horror convention, but it was still cool nonetheless.
Those are $40,000 pieces that are not for sale, and he will not build it. Not like the main one he had. It had a working fire extinguisher. It had every last thing. I mean, I don't know how it was all. He's a metal worker. You probably know half of the guys anyway over there, so I don't know who's. But they were just really fun.
City. I guess each state has one. It was the Kansas.
Oh, do they? Oh, I don't know
Kansas City, battalion.
I make masks, bro. Like I don't know.
Yeah, they're all over the world. There's I don't know how many I think probably 15,000 members. I don't know, maybe more. I don't know. It's been a while since I did anything with them.
Oh, okay.
But there's so many suits, and they're in every state. They're everywhere, every country. Yeah, they're insane.
Yeah, but they definitely stole a lot of that show. All the children were going crazy. They were just hanging out. Right? They loved. They had the remote control. What are the little remote control little cars?
The mouse.
They had a few of them racing them down the street. They had a nice backdrop. You guys know how you guys do it up, and they had beautiful pictures. Just so cool to meet them. What a bunch of great people to talk to, though.
Yeah, well, you said it's strange to have that at a horror con. People that I knew built Roxy the Rancor. It's like a third scale or half scale Rancor full thing, and that was the first year. Yeah. They had was there, and they had a full Wampa suit.
Ooh.
By a buddy of mine, Jeremy. He made that there. So I mean, it was. I tried to, we were filling space, and it was monsters. It went off with some people and not with others because like what's Star Wars doing here, like you said, but.
I loved it. I was surprised though to see him. I was like, this is great. Like, and especially right next to our booth because it was me on one end, then it was them, and the Spark Sisters. You got to book them too one of these years. You love the Spark Sisters, Tony. If you never heard of them, because they wear these steel they're almost like crotches.
Yeah, hit them with the grills and
they show. It's a freaking good show. They're good girls too. Really fun to talk to.
Oh, we lost John.
He kicked himself out.
Makes me the new host. No.
Steve. Welcome to the Steve Show. We're here, Tony.
Yeah.
Well, I said, look at him. He's got the headset. He's got the mic with the spit mode and all that.
Oh, he's back.
There we go.
There he is.
We can't talk.
I'm trying to get Vinny in here, and then In a sec, I want to read the chat and see if we got anybody has any comments. I'm trying to get Vinny in here.
Yeah.
It's not
Keep an eye
going
on the
well.
backstage.
I see Rick Smith says you got to start with Dick Smith too. So
Hey, you know what, Vinny? What if you got a better phone, Vinny, than your laptop? You can join via your phone. It's just as good.
That's what I was going to say. You could even just talk and just feel like being on your phone.
So
my phone is my camera.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm using right now. It was worth it. I upgraded from a potato to a sweet potato. It makes a big difference. I mean, it's still not where I want to be, but I didn't really expect to be doing all this. It kind of was one of those things where it just started happening. I started collecting things, and I started reaching out to people and I've known Camp Crystal Cabin 6 for longer than we've been doing horror. Like, we played hockey on PlayStation 4. That's actually how we became friends, and he started, he's always been a Friday the 13th fan, and then he started doing Hawks and kind of there. But like Vinny, I met Steve, I met all these incredible, talented people. So it's been a whirlwind of a year, but it's. But I didn't really expect to be doing all this. Is that Vinny?
Yeah.
I think it was.
No, that's your stream playing in his background.
I don't think he's actually talked to us. I don't even think he realizes he's in here.
No, he knows he's in here.
Oh no, I know I'm in there.
Oh, now
you're good.
Now you just got to turn your volume down.
Yeah, you have no
But I don't
idea
think
how
you
I'm running it.
Wear earbuds.
Yeah, I don't know how Tony does it.
how I do it?
Yeah, you don't need any headphones. You just talk and it's all good. No reverb or
I can hear everyone just fine. I mean, Vinny's tinny a little
I
bit.
don't have any headphones on.
All right.
I bought like one of those shirt mics, and I put it on. And since this room's like 9 by 9, it's a small room.
Yeah,
I don't
bought
need
a
it.
shirt mic. Oh my god, you're probably the first person in the horror community ever to buy a shirt mic.
Well, you got to have it so when you want to walk out of your own show, you just pick it up, throw it, and take off.
Yeah, exactly.
It's dramatic.
I agree with that. All right, I'm gonna get one now.
But I want to give a. So you got that question from Rick Smith, right? That's not his real name. Yeah, his real name's not Rick Smith.
Oh, okay.
So he's been awesome. Rick Smith has been a great member of Doomsday's Krypt. He's had some health problems recently. He's doing a lot better, and been a huge help to getting the start with Doomsday Krypt running on Facebook. So got to give him a shout out.
He asked if I know a Jeff Winnicle. I do not. I do not know a Jeff Winnicle.
Poor Jeff. I don't know.
I'm sure Rick's here. I'm sure he's probably typing the answer. Sapan, I really appreciate you being here. Sapan's awesome.
Yeah. Vinny, how you doing?
Always so supportive. I appreciate her being here. I got my good friend Interval here. Hopefully one of these days get him to a con with me. Let's see who else do we have.
Damn it, Vinny.
We've had a lot of people that have written in about and on the website on both our Facebook, and I've seen some people on other things that are like, this is my first con ever, and it looks amazing, and we're glad that we're coming and all that. So we've had quite a few people that have said that, so that makes me feel good.
Horror is like,
it does look amazing.
At the all-time, I think at its peak. I don't mean peak because I think it's going to go on for a while, but it kind of lost its muster. I think in the 90s, early 2000s. I think we can all agree.
The horror,
horror, and it's just making a huge comeback, and people are loving it. And we've been basically living a horror movie, and people, I think, want something to do. And
John, what they did, they just went from slashers and they went a whole path. They did some paranormal in the late 90s. They kind of tiptoed around in there to keep it alive. The lawsuit, thank God that's over. That hasn't been easy for the Friday franchise, just speaking on that. But now that that's over, we'll start to see.
Is it officially over, though? I heard it was.
Yeah, it's over because the Naked line's coming out. And, I know the best because I ordered mine a year ago, and Target and Walmart have theirs first. So I'm fucking livid about it, and so are the toy reviewers. It's ridiculous. Like,
Target has the most that I've seen of all that stuff. Walmart has a few things, at least ours does, but Target really gets a lot of them.
Yeah, we have a Target too, but they don't. They're where I'm at, St. Augustine. Target blows, dude. They don't have any of their toy stock. It's really bad, and I don't know what it is. And
you were talking about horror taking a little bit of a backseat and stuff to like slashers and gore and stuff. Well, I mean, it's coming up again, but I mean, 9/11 stopped a lot of that. No one wanted to see that.
Yeah, that's a great point.
The Asian horror, the Japanese horror and stuff like that, more ghost related.
Yeah,
that took the forefront of all that stuff, and then it took people getting over it to
Human
get back.
Centipede.
And then it came back with Saw and all that. Oh my God, you know what I mean? Saw and Hostel.
I used to love Saw. I loved it when I first saw Saw. Saw 1 I thought was brilliant. The other one,
it was.
down, but Saw 1 when he got up off, sorry, I mean if you don't say it, you never say it. But when he got off the floor, my jaw literally hit the floor for a very long time. It's been a long time.
Everybody. When that music kicks in,
oh my God! And he locks the door. I mean, what a magnificent, perfect ending. What a perfect movie. It was really well done. There's Vinny.
I'm gonna have to say I didn't like Spiral though. I watched it and I'm
in and out.
Oh, Vinny, we got you with. See, I think Vinny's got to hear us through his phone, and I think he's on his computer. Vinny, you'd probably be better off just going right on your phone and clicking the link. As long as you got internet on it, you can sit there and talk, and it won't be a problem.
Oh yeah. Yeah, whatever's easy.
You don't even need an app. You don't need nothing.
You don't got to download nothing. That's what I like about it.
Yeah, it's nice.
Google Hangouts was the same way, but yeah, what John said.
But what was I gonna say now that I'm thinking about? Oh, you got a Halloween Michael Myers behind you. It looked like a 78.
Yeah, that's the Trick or Treat Studios. I haven't done anything to it, just style the hair a little bit. But.
I know a guy. His name's Vinny.
Yeah, you know a guy.
I know a guy.
Yeah,
one of them guys. He's a good guy. He's all right. He doesn't know how to use his phone though.
He can use an airbrush, but he can't use his phone. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm hoping like next year be on the road more. Orlando's definitely on the list. Family there, and you've been nothing but awesome.
Yeah, I might get Nick to sign that. I'm not sure. I was going to get Tommy Lee Wallace to sign it, but he had to drop out, unfortunately. But
yeah, I was a little bummed up, but you're still
that.
You guys fixed that. Well, you did. You brought in somebody else great from the past.
Yeah, he was excited. I heard he wanted to do it, so he was one of the recruits, so it worked. We're glad to have him, of course.
That's awesome. I mean, the guests you have is definitely top tier.
Yeah, I mean, and we try to. We want it to be more than just guests as well. I mean, obviously that's a great thing. People want to come and see the celebrities, talk to them, get a picture, get an autograph, and stuff. But we want it to make. We want to make Phantasm more of like an amusement park, kind of something you want to do. There's something to do constantly. There's the shows at night. We got the Shadowcaster, Rocky Horror Picture Show. We got Kilted Creature playing their swamp metal, swamp stomp music.
Yeah.
We've got a 3,000 square foot haunt, indoor haunt. The Nightmare Chamber. Yeah, I don't believe it's ever been done at a convention before.
Oh shit!
So it's called the theme. The whole thing is called the Nightmare Chamber. It's the haunt, which is its own whole room inside one of the ballrooms. It's a buried alive simulator we have going in there. So it's a coffin simulator. You get in, it's on mechanics, and they put the dirt on, or you feel like the dirt's being thrown on you. They pump the smell of dirt in. There's that. There's an escape room. That's all the Nightmare Chamber. The haunt itself is called All Hallows Eve, and it's got a whole story theme going to it. It's professionally done. So
the coffin scene was always. I'm claustrophobic. Oh, even when I was a kid. So that coffin thing, and what was the movie? Was it I want to say it was the Twilight Zone, but it wasn't, where she escapes from prison and the mortician was supposed to unbury her, and she couldn't get out. Like that always just freaked me out, where he's next to her, and that'd have to be the worst way to go in a sense.
And didn't Ryan Reynolds do a movie where he was trapped in a coffin? He did a movie where he had just a lighter.
Well, there was a recent kind of remake that used that. This was
5 or 6 years ago, 8 years ago, something like that. Yeah, I want to say there was that. I don't remember what it was called, but yeah, we've got all kinds of things going on, and the costume contest, stuff that you'd expect to be at a convention as well, but things that we want to bring into it so that there's always something to do. You may not get to see it all, but you won't be too pissed off that you missed something because you did something else that was awesome. So you
got a lot set up as far as not just, the guests are fantastic, but you also got just so much, like you're saying, going on there that it's the event's going to be, there's going to be something to do no matter where you are. No matter
what. We've got contests. We've got, you got an authors track, and we want to put the horror authors and things at the forefront too. They're guests just as much as anybody else. And, so they have the authors, track there. And then we've got a monster model kit competition coming up. That's my buddy Dean and Rob are heading up. And that's going to be really cool. So like an Aurora model kit themed thing where you can you enter in your model to be judged, and it's just going to be awesome. We have the Shock Reel Cinema Film Festival. It's the second annual one of that. It's a self-contained film festival. We've gotten so many great films that have submitted and things like that. We've got trailers dropping for other other movies and films and stuff that are going to be premiered there. It's just going to be a great time, and we want everyone to have a great time, and there's always something to do.
Well, it's going to be an amazing time.
It's going to be a blast. I just can't see it not being one. And you can tell you put a lot of thought into it, and you're trying to do your own twists and your own really cool ideas that you probably said would be cool at a convention, because like you said, you attended them. And I think you're really nailing it, especially, like I said, a second year and the obstacles you've had to just deal with as a convention runner, as a promoter. And there's just so many obstacles. I know Steve's been dealing with the same type of obstacles in a different way, which has been, it's not easy. It can't be easy for anybody, whether it's filming, whether it's an event, whether it's any type of get together. It's just so tough right now. And it's been even tougher before. So hopefully we're moving a little bit past it, but it was a tough year, and I can't imagine how it was for you, Tony.
It was almost nice because you had extra time to, reevaluate where you were going, and maybe we can do something a little bit different and change it up, or maybe let's try this idea instead. So it gave us another year, obviously, to plan, and I think it worked out for the best. We're hoping for the best.
So yeah, so you made some lemonade. You got a lemon and you made some lemonade. Hey, if you had that extra time, I can imagine.
Friends too, a lot of great, like I said, a lot of great collaborators, and you specifically, and the people running the haunt, and all kinds of friends that are just you make a lot of acquaintances and compatriots in this. So
I learned that. It was my first booth. I know it was Mike Camp Crystal Cabin 6 first booth, and it was a blast. And you learn and you meet so many good people. I met people that I still talk to from the convention that I'll see how they're doing and stuff. You just meet some great friends. Horror community is the best for it.
Yep.
Everybody.
Definitely.
I think the thing I like most is the scare and all the cool stuff, but the people in general, for the most part, are just amazing. They really are.
Yeah, they want to help each other out. There's no fighting. You always get the people who's better, Jason versus Michael, and but it's not. It's all the same.
I had that, a couple cosplayers, and one was Jason and one was Michael. It was in one of my live streams. It might have been the one that I shared on your Phantasm page or group. But yeah, it was pretty fun. They were both great guys. They were hilarious.
Yeah, they all come together. It's great. It's like bikers. They're most bikers get together, get along and stuff like that. Obviously there's different clubs that don't, but
yeah.
It's definitely a family thing. You become family with all these people. It's just that, like I said, I think it's one of the genres where it has the strongest community. No matter what you're doing, whether it's comedy or anything, horror community is just something unique and always a lot of fun. Like Comic-Cons are even like that, but I found the people at the horror convention a little more personable than some of the people you might meet at a Comic-Con. Like as far as even like people
No,
that
it's
go to the
definitely
Comic-Con?
it's definitely more definitely tight knit. I'll say
Mhm.
that everybody's like everyone there that you see, and I'll tell you what was one of the funnest parts. Besides, of course, the con, but so many people, the hotel, everyone's hanging out down in the lobby. And you see him back
Mhm.
in there, and I never experienced that before with that group, and I felt like one of them, even though it was my first time. You know, everyone was really cool. They made me feel welcome. A lot of people with a lot of very nice compliments at least for the time that I've been doing it. You know, I don't know, you know how it is, fellas. Your
You get-
parents always yell at you about your talents, and I squandered them. So now I always was a painter. So now I'm just painting, but it's just on a hawk. You know what the hell?
Yeah, and you got the families, they bring, get the kids into it and stuff. It's you got kids dressing up like Freddie and stuff like, or Michael. I mean, there's kids dressing up as stuff that you would not expect them to know.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? I mean,
Yeah.
my daughter's a huge Sam fan from Trick or Treat.
Of course.
Huge Sam fan. So, she's bugging me all the time to get sorry, I had a pop-up come up, but to get the kid that played Sam, young man that played Sam. So maybe that could be in the future.
Well, freaking Trick or Treat Studios has a new Sam coming out just on pre-order. They were I don't know if you guys saw their live stream they did a couple weeks ago, but their channel had they just premiered. You should see the John. Remember I told you about the new Michael Myers, the part 6 and the part 4.
Yeah.
They're launching them, and those are the 1/6 scales, and those look incredible. I can't find, did you guys see that post, John? That one that you posted, all right, with the face sculpt, that last thing.
Oh, where with the mask is off of James Jude Courtney. That was Dean Knight. That was Dean Knight's channel.
Yeah,
that was really cool. He did.
That's a one of a kind. You can't find that. I was looking to buy one, and I'm like, okay, it's a one of a kind. He kind of did that custom. All right.
Yeah, there's some amazing talents out there.
That face sculpt was incredible. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, that looks like it's a real guy. He's there.
Mm-hmm.
I'll show you, Tony. I'll send you the link where he's talking. I'll show you too.
I've seen one. It might be the one. I have seen one
where he's holding it. He's holding it. Looking at James
scar.
Courtney.
Yeah,
he's got another one too.
It's old Michael. It's old Michael. Yeah.
Yeah, it's James Jude Courtney.
Yeah. I've seen one maybe a couple of weeks ago. I saw something. Maybe that was the one.
That's
I saw.
the one.
I have seen.
Yeah, I love it. He's looking at the 2018 mask and just looking down. Yeah, it was an awesome piece. That Dean Knight has some really great Myers stuff. He's in the UK though.
Yeah,
but I hit him up on Instagram because he's got some. He's one of the guys who was like, I was watching him rehaul, Michael Myers masks and doing all this stuff, and it's like this guy has some really cool stuff and has some this and that. So that should be a blast with him. I wish I could get some stuff from him. That piece you're talking about with James Jude Courtney holding the Myers mask it's just such a great image, image. I have a cool screenshot somebody had where Michael Myers was holding Dr. Loomis's head. I got that as my screensaver, and it's an amazing piece. Yeah, I don't know where I got it from, but whoever drew it was awesome.
It was a painting. It was a picture.
Yeah, it was a picture. I'll send you the picture if I could. I got it as a screensaver, so I'm sure I can pull it off of there. It's a really, really cool picture. The artwork's incredible, and it's just such an iconic scene seeing Michael Myers holding Dr. Loomis's head, and you see like the strands of and stuff hanging out. Yeah, it's a really cool image.
That's awesome.
But so, with you, Tony, now you're starting with what's your ultimate goal? Like as being a promoter, I imagine you want to grow and it's been obstacles, but growing, doing Phantasm maybe in Connecticut or New York.
Yeah.
Is that where you'd like to get, or is that something that's like not really, you just want to get Orlando locked down in its own way?
Yeah, probably that for right now. And then, we wouldn't be opposed to doing a smaller show somewhere else or the same size show, branching it up a couple of years, something like that. I never thought about moving it to another state or anything like that. That's an undertaking.
Yeah. Believe me, I'm just going with my stuff. And I can only imagine what it's like. Have you considered maybe doing?
I would think it's a little different to have to like be a vendor and moving. I mean, it's still a pain in the ass and a lot of to do, but moving a whole show
is not easy. You're talking rig. It's expensive just getting there.
Yeah.
Have you thought about, like, since you said you're into like Star Wars and all this other stuff, have you considered? Because I don't know, getting to know you, but say since you did a horror convention, doing say a Comic Con type convention in Orlando area, is that something you consider? Or do you want to just stick with the horror conventions and once a year keeps you busy enough right now with everything kind of deal?
I mean, Comic Cons, there's a lot of Comic Cons. There's a lot of sci-fi cons. There's a lot of nostalgia cons. Nostalgia cons would be pretty cool to do. I mean, we had a couple ideas for like doing a nostalgia con a little bit differently. I don't want to say too much about it, but in case it does happen, but doing it a little bit differently so it's not cliche, but just presented differently so it's a fresh way to package what's already out there. But like I said, there's a lot of sci-fi cons. There's a lot of Comic Cons. There's a few horror cons that are in Florida. And then there's, the ones in Chicago and things like that, and Monroeville Mall, all that stuff. But Florida's only got a couple.
Yeah, I wanted to go to Spooky Empire, but I just didn't have time. I just couldn't afford it.
I talked you into coming. I said, we're getting a booth at Phantasm. So kind of went that way. And, well, we talked about it because he had invited me. I didn't realize there were two kind of this, the similar times. I'm like, yeah, this is the one I want to go to. Michael Myers, Nick Castle, James Dude Courtney, PJ Souls. The list goes on there. It's going to be a good time. I mean, if you're a Myers fan, there isn't a better event that I've seen going on. We
got the movie coming out, like you said, 2 weeks after. So it's
perfect. Yeah. By the time I get home, I'll be taking my individuals to go see it in the theater, which will be cool. Do you got any questions, Steve? I'm sure you got a bunch you could.
Oh, I don't know.
You got any questions?
It's too bad. It's too bad you don't have the trailer. You bring the trailer.
I never know.
I want to bring Steve's trailer. That's one of the ideas. So I do have to talk about the power because I do want to have a loop of with Steve. He's been. I'm a producer on the movie now too, which is really exciting for me. I appreciate it. It lets me know that, hey, I'm doing something right, and I appreciate Steve. He's been awesome. He's an awesome friend. So yeah, been a lot of fun. But go ahead and ask any questions you got, Steve. I feel bad.
Well, you had mentioned that Tom Atkins is going to be there. I'm actually helping somebody on a Halloween 3 fan film. And,
awesome.
If you have any contact info for that guy, we'd love to have him make a cameo in that fan film. So I don't know if you got any contact info, but man, that would help us.
Dr. Chalice. I mean, we love Halloween 3. We watch it every year, and it gets a bad rap. But I think on its own, it's fucking amazing. It's such a good movie. I love it.
Me and Steve talked about that for about an hour earlier.
Yeah,
we got on Halloween 3, and he kind of told me, I'm like, oh man, there's so much you could do with the Halloween sequel. Halloween 3 sequel. It kind of left that door open. Halloween 1.
Yeah, exactly.
They left it open in a cool way. The whole Invasion of the Body Snatchers ending. It was cool, but yeah, they could definitely finish it.
I could see it, and that would be a cool fan film because it's just not one of those. If they're going to get a Halloween license, they're not going to be doing Season of the Witch sequel. So I think the best we'll ever get is a fan-made sequel like that, which was just such a, like you said, it was a great movie. I love Halloween 3. I do. I remember as a kid watching it, and it was before Halloween 4 was out. So when Michael Myers wasn't in there, it was kind of added. But we got so much Michael Myers now that I don't get the hate for the part 3 because you got so much of it. And as a movie itself, it's worth a watch and just go in with the mind. It's great sci-fi.
It's so John Carpenter. It's got that feel to it, and the music and the editing and the plotting and stuff like that. And Tommy Lee Wallace, he did a great job with it. It's just it's a fun movie. It's creepy. the androids
perfect,
standing in
but, you know,
doorways.
yeah,
What's that?
it's not perfect by any means, but I
Oh,
mean,
no.
it's I do think it definitely gets a bad rap, but it's built an audience now though too.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm starting to see more and more people like it, so I'm super excited for this fan film that my friend Michelle is doing. She's got a great vision, and it's actually imaginative. You got to, I've seen like maybe two fan films on YouTube for Halloween 3, and there's just no imagination behind them. You need to actually be a little bit creative if you're going to do a good fan sequel to Halloween 3. So, and I think she's totally got that. So, I'm really excited to be a part of it.
Awesome. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I mean, it's definitely a great
Hit 'em
sci-fi horror. Without
There
a
you
doubt.
go. Yeah, I'm not just a chainsaw guy. I love my chainsaw, don't get me wrong, but the Halloween series as a whole, I mean, I probably like more films in the Halloween series than I do the Texas Chainsaw Massacre series, if I'm being honest. As much I love the original, like I love the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but after that, yeah.
Well,
You could leave it.
2 went a little campier, more of a movie, less documentary type shooting, and
Yeah, I get it, but it doesn't really appeal to me.
2 had good moments, but it definitely was a different. Didn't have the same vibe as the original, that's for
Oh,
sure.
definitely not. Definitely didn't.
They
have
made-
the same vibe.
There were a lot of fun moments, and there was some creepy moments.
Yeah.
Like watching it the first time, and the skin getting cut off the producer's face.
He wakes
Sound
up.
guy
He wakes up.
everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. She puts it back on him.
You know what I think?
He spits. He's like, "Sorry, darling."
You know what I think would be cool? And I've been jumbling this around in my head, man. And I have no idea how to make it. I mean, I'm a writer. I've been writing for 30 years. But I wrote a screenplay once. It was 600 pages screenplay, and I lost it in fire. I had even the camera angles, the facial expressions, everything in parentheses and asterisk style. You know what I mean? I had everything. You guys know the drill. So I did that. I lost that, but I'm thinking, you know what I really like to do? I'd like to do that again, and I want to do a remake of Children of the Corn, but with a twist on it. Like a lot more. Like I love Children of the Corn. It was the first horror movie I ever seen, and I remember it took like 3 or 4 times when I was like maybe 10 to get through it because I get to a part and I haven't seen it forever, but I think that'd be make it a lot bloodier and faster and brutal. You know what I mean? Just take it and amp it up, like almost like the 2009 remake. I don't care what anybody says. I think that was a brilliant film. I liked the way they did it. I loved how he put Voorhees underground in the tunnels. I loved how he sprinted. Was the whole reason I wanted to see it. Like besides wanting to see it, I mean, I think him sprinting was a great play, and that's just my opinion, obviously. But I don't know. I love the remake. I love a little bit about everything. I mean, my favorite kill in there, though, is very ironic. It's very passive. It's the one upstairs where he just puts his hand over her mouth upstairs in the bathroom and
in the shower.
That's it. And it was very quiet. It's just something about it when they give that scene where he's just looking over into the camera and he almost looks right at you. He doesn't, but he almost looks right at you, and you just see. I don't know. I thought that was brutal, but
didn't he killed her with the? Did he hang her on a door?
Yeah, he hung her on the door. Yeah,
he did the Linnea Quigley Silent Night.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm loving it. But a shout out. I don't know if you guys have PC or play Friday the 13th, the game, but if you do, I can hook you guys up. There's been a great team called Bloody Pitchfork Gaming, and they basically took what Gun Media didn't finish, and they've added everything. Stuff Gun Media didn't even plan. So that's always something that I like to shout out because these are independent devs and they want with no money, and they have a Discord and they share all the information through Discord and drop all the links. They're all safe, and everyone's been having a ball over there playing. They just relaunched Uber Jason and Jason X right when it came out, and that was 3 months ago, 3 months ago, yeah.
but they're good. I got the promo actually on my my YouTube channel for this for that. So I was excited to play that, but as far as I know, nothing's coming to the actual gaming consoles for people with consoles.
I got that Savini Jason that I still gotta unbox that I got from my buddy Frankie Clinton that was selling it.
Do it now.
Cool to have it. What's that?
Do it now. Why not do a live unboxing? And you can put that in the title afterwards.
The problem is I'm so tight on an area.
Yeah, you don't have. Well, you can. If you just solo yourself out, it'll expand your camera and you get a wider angle.
Get it out. All right.
You got to hit all those little ones.
Got it all in plastic here. I've been looking forward to this one because.
Oh, I want to get a Savini bus.
And I can't wait to do some lighting shots with it. Oh, wow, this thing's cool. This thing's really cool.
I know Topher's doing it. Oh, look at that.
Thing's heavy as hell.
Nice.
Sure it is.
Wow.
The lighting looks really cool.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, that's fine.
And let's take that off. Take a look underneath.
The hellfire coming through.
This is going to be
awesome.
Oh, that's sick. Who did that?
Got the chain. I don't know who made it. I bought it off my friend Frankie, who had it, and he was nice enough to get it. And here's the hawk. This will be a fun lighting shot. I'll definitely have to do that at some point.
With the teeth area there, he's got.
I think that's going to be a cool piece to have on the table.
Hold it right there.
For sure.
Like Count Barlow look.
Yeah.
Well, it's got a real chain on it too. This thing's heavy.
Oh, it's not a
real chain.
Oh, all right.
The Part 7's got a plastic one, but yeah. I figured I'd unbox this. I kind of talked to Mike about Camp Crystal Cabin 6 because I know you're a huge fan, Tony. So yeah, I think that's pretty damn cool.
It's awesome.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah, it's even better in person when you're looking at it.
You put the Hellfire lens, behind the hawk, so that when it's on him, it looks like the eyes, and when you take it off, it's
cool. It's pretty cool. Actually, Mike's been working on one for me, which is going to have a little different. I don't want to tell him what you're doing to it, but to go with it, so it'll be kind of a second mask.
Well, I did. You know what I did with that? Because that mask is supposed to be. First of all, it's supposed to be semi-possessed. So, I did that technique that makes it crinkle up. So, because what I'll do is I'll use it's called a triple thick gloss, right? It's a really high gloss, and if you do it right, well, actually, you don't have to. The timing isn't too bad, but if you do it within a few hours of the last wash, it will. Actually, let me see if I can get a picture of it for you. It'll crinkle it up. I don't know how to explain it. Let me see if I can find one.
Big thank you to Frankie for that, though. I'm real happy with the piece. It's acted perfect for me. He didn't make it, but I loved it. I was like, dude, I didn't want to buy any more Jason for right now, especially. I was like, that's cool. That's cool. Savini Jason. I do want a Jason X, that Uber Jason mask, like the movie. I hated that Uber mask. It's pretty sweet. And then I got this. It's hard to see it here.
Nice.
Something hanging on there. Yeah. So that would be cool to bring it.
This triple gloss. See that, John? See that, Tony? That triple gloss down under the nose.
Yeah.
And it'll crinkle up like that and make it look possessed, like those veins. It did it on the side. I don't think I have another.
I saw one. Yeah, it's over here. I see it under the strap, I think.
Yeah, there is one under the strap on the left side of it. Yeah, you can see it crinkle, and it really looks. It actually it connects with the left eyewear. That eyewear is too dark in my opinion, but still, that triple thick gloss really freaking does its job on there. I thought I had the other one on there. I don't remember. I have all those. I don't know.
Guys, to take your dioramas, you need to, enter. You guys are vendors and stuff, but you guys do little models and things, and enter them into the model contest. We're still taking entries.
Vinny's the guy for that. I got models by him, but I don't have that skill that Vinny has. Hopefully, like me and Vinny become really, really close friends. I'd love, be us to be closer by so we could work even closer together and get some of these. Like, I'd love to learn some of the stuff he does and give him a hand, even if he's doing a lot of the stuff, just to learn and how he does some of the stuff, because it's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing.
The fire on the that he had on the Jamie Lee Curtis house.
Oh yeah,
the fire rolling under, that was so cool.
Oh,
I mean, curled up over the on.
There's some that I don't want to say that's going to be seen there, but it's going to be seen there. But something's cool is going to be awesome. There's some plans going on to really bring that Michael Myers to the booth for all the fans there to see, and with all the celebrities, with Nick Castle and James Jude Courtney. You don't understand. Like, that's Michael Myers has been the haunting of my dreams. So it's always been my favorite. Nothing scared me quite like 78 Halloween, or even H2 in its sense, but 78. So meeting all these people, James Jude Courtney, I thought nailed it. Me and Steve were actually talking about that earlier. He really, as a Michael Myers, was there's the second best with Nick Castle, but I mean, he was every bit as amazing with what he did with the part that he had. Just incredible.
Yep.
But yeah, I'm really looking forward to meeting him.
I like when he goes into the garage, he picks the hammer up, and just it's that tracking shot. It's like the Halloween 2 tracking shot when he goes to Alice's house, and he's just after the L rods, he goes in there, gets the hammer off the garage, walks inside, does his shtick, throws it down, gets the knife, hauls ass. I mean, it's just it was perfect.
Oh, I just can't wait for kills. I'm expecting a lot of kills and kills.
Oh, it's going to be high. They said the body count's real high.
I almost wish they wouldn't have shown as much as they did in the trailer. I know some stars.
That's what everybody's saying.
Yeah, it's been the biggest complaint. But I'm hoping that they showed things that make you think they showed too much, but they really didn't.
They shouldn't have showed. I don't think they should have showed the like the fireman scene.
Yeah.
Like they should have showed
every
them.
single one of
them. Waited for that. They shouldn't have showed how he got out of it.
Yeah.
And walk down. They should not have showed. That should have been one of the first. That should have been the opening thing you see him. You know what I mean? And then you should not have put that in the trailer with the fireman.
No, that would have been epic to see in the theater.
Yeah.
And they should have saved the break-ins of glass.
Oh yeah.
That would have been great in the big screen as a surprise, but
yeah.
Well, it is what it is. They're the editors, they got to.
Well, you know what? That leaves us to wonder, though, if that's the trailer, but maybe what they have stored is going to be even crazier. So I'm sure it will be, but
they have no choice but to put in stuff because it's a whole piece of action. And I'm cool. You know what? I don't want them to get too carried away with Myers because it's a sequel to 78. I was actually talking to Steve about this earlier. We had a pretty long talk, and I don't know how much he agreed with, but I mean, but Michaels needs to be sneaky. I hope they just don't have him as like a Jason Force kind of like that, taking out 3-4 people at one time. That's just not how Michael Myers is. He's just a stealthy kill and, brutal and strong. But it feels like if you're going off the 78 people, that works. But if it feels like some of the aspects, the way it was written in H1 sequel with 2018, felt like kind of how Michael Myers was in H4 more, where it's even more supernatural.
Yeah, I agree.
But I'm happy.
So
I love the look, and I love Halloween, and it can't be Resurrection bad.
It's not going to be that bad. John, I got to get out of here. It's been nice chat with you, Steve, and Tony.
Nice chatting,
wonderful
guys.
to meet you.
Take it easy. Yeah,
Tony, I'll hook up with you later. I'll give you a text tomorrow or something like that. And
sounds good. Nice talking to you.
John, great panel, and of course everyone in chat. Thank you all, and we'll see you later. Have fun. I'll be listening in the side chat.
It's
all
good
right.
to meet you.
I'm not sure how much longer we got, but we'll shoot the shit. And hey, Chris Callie, how are you? Thank you for being here. So awesome, you guys supporting like you are tonight, as always. Appreciate it. And this Phantasm, I can't see it not being a blast, man. You seem awesome, Tony. I'm really looking forward to meeting you.
Thank you.
I'm sure Roy will be there. I can't wait to meet him. God, got big plans to really try to do as much as I can. I do need to talk to you about the power, so I won't forget about that. Because I'm most likely going to need it. And I didn't even think about why. It was kind of like, well, I'm just going to go there. Like I said, I'm going to just get a small table and just go visit family. Well, I got to do it a little bigger. And then it's like, well, I'll leave the animatronics. I'm going to take the animatronics. So
yeah, it's one of the things, like some booths don't need power. They'll need something to maybe charge cell phone, stuff like that. You know what I mean? I get that. But if you got anything with a draw, if you got TVs or like you said, the animatronics, I always assume they ran on a battery. I don't have any animatronics, so I didn't know. But yeah, it's one of the things to consider. If you're against the wall, I don't even know where your booth is. I have to go check. But
yeah, I think I am against the wall if I remember right, but I'm not. You'll know the layout better than me because you've seen it in person. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I was going to ask you.
All the booths are against the walls this time. You know, by design, so less out in the open. So you don't have to run cords across the floor and all that kind of stuff. But the tape down and all that stuff.
It sounds like you got the setup's going to be great. Is it right in the hotel? It's right in the hotel. Yeah, so that's great. I love that.
Yeah, Rose and Shingle Creek. Yep, it's right in the hotel, and big ballrooms. The rooms next to it with main events and things like that. We got stuff in the pre-function area. It's all self-contained, and having the haunt indoors too is pretty cool. So
I'm going to drop the links again in case anybody's in the Orlando area, or even if you're not, check out the website and see what's going on there, because it's going to be a lot of fun. And if you're, like I said, if you're a Myers fan, you can't go wrong. You just can't go wrong at this event.
And there's so many. There's so much going on too. Like I said, the contests are still going. You can still enter the model kit competition. There's a tabletop gaming room and stuff with a big Warhammer tournament, the 40K Warhammer tournament. There's all kinds of things going on. So it's the film festival. We're done with the submissions and things right now, but it's going to be going on the whole weekend long. I have to sit and do. I can't believe I was talked into doing this. Actually forced to do it, but we're doing a Mystery Science 3000 viewing of Troll 2. I have to sit and watch that.
I just watched that. Troll 1 wasn't bad, but Troll 2 was a chore to get through. I just rewatched it.
Yeah, I got
those is so bad. It's good though.
With Boris and Scott Fenstra, the three of us have to do our little critique of that film. That's going to be
interesting.
There'll be a lot to talk about.
Oh yeah. So looking forward to the wondrous film that is. But
it was like Steve said, though. It was almost so bad it was good, though. Like it was.
Was it? Can you say that? I mean, really? It's.
It goes good with a lot of people, I'm sure.
Now it's gonna eat me. It's just Troll 1. I mean, and there's no trolls in Troll 2. They're goblins.
No. It was one of those sequels, and they did that a lot in the 80s. With Demons did that too. Yeah. Where it was let's just use the name and throw it on there, slap it on there, and call it Demons 2 or Trolls 2. It's like, what the hell is this?
We got a lot of things going on, so it's going to be great. But like I said, there's still time to enter all the contests. They're all on the webpage. They all have their own dedicated pages, so plenty of time to join in. So,
it sounds like a lot of activities. That I'll be. It's good that I got family this time because the first event I did, I deal with special needs, so I had them with me. So it was really hard to really do a lot of things and experience a lot of things because I couldn't leave the booth and say to a friend, hey, can you watch this? Because Mike was on the other side, and that's a good thing. My folks are going to be there. My mom's all ready. Oh, Johnny, I can't wait to get there. And I think I told you, she's like, I'm dressing my father. He's a funny guy, but he's really straight laced. And my mother's ready to dress him up like a Christmas tree,
When you said that, what did I say? It was Doomsday Daddy-O and Krypt Kicker Marie, or what's her name, Marie?
Krypt Marie and Doomsday Dad.
Yeah,
Doomsday Daddy-O. It's going to be interesting. I mean, my parents are a lot of fun, so and actually really been excited about it. Like me and my father would watch some horrors. I was more the horror person. My mom was into Psycho, which I know I told her about. I can't think of her name. Who's going to be there? Who was
Marley Renfro?
Yeah,
Marley Renfro.
Which will be awesome. Which will be really cool. That's like you said. It's one of the last left from Psycho, if not the last left from the original.
And such a key scene, like we were talking about.
Yeah,
not just of Psycho. Of course, it's of the key scene of Psycho. That and other scenes as well. But just in cinema itself, it's up there. It's up there with everyone talks about Rosebud and Maltese Falcon. All this. It's right up there. That scene is probably top 5.
Oh, easy. Just because it was never done. Even the toilet flushing, I believe, was the first time a toilet was flushed in a movie.
When you hear it, yeah.
Yeah, my mother made sure she let me know that when we watched. This is the first time they did a toilet flush in a series, in a movie. Which was cool. It was an interesting piece of knowledge. I still remember that she told me about that, but it was cool. And that shower scene was definitely, especially the first time watching it. And Scream obviously did that with Drew Barrymore, where Janet Leigh, we got this big star. Nobody expected it at the time, what happened in that movie. And like you said, really, the shower scene's more iconic. And I don't no knock on Janet Leigh, but that's the most memorable scene in the movie is the shower scene for sure. So to me, she kind of takes the cake for it because that shower scene is what is remembered, really.
Yeah, it is. It's just, you don't expect it. And, sound. I mean, what other movie, then you never had the sound of a knife, you actually heard it.
It was the first slasher, really, that I can think of. I mean, a lot of people say Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which was definitely but yeah, I mean, that was really a slasher.
He was, your first slasher serial killer type.
Yeah. As a kid, it scared me. I mean, I think the first horror movie I ever saw was Gremlins, though. I think my parents took me and my sisters, we were younger, to go see it. And it was like, I don't think, and that's what I think made Gremlins great, though. It was scary, but it was fun, too. But nobody expected kind of what happened in that movie.
Oh, yeah. Now, is it a Christmas movie?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Yeah, I do, too.
You know what? Do a Christmas one, a Christmas convention with Krampus and Gremlins. Actually, Zach Galligan.
You gotta have Black Christmas.
He was really cool. And one of my guys is a huge Star Trek fan when we met him. So instead of getting the Gremlins autograph from him, he got the Star Trek one because he was in Discovery or something. I forget which one. And so, So he was a real nice guy. He's like, I'm glad I brought these because people have been asking for him as Star Trek autographs, which he didn't really expect many people to be asking about. But yeah, that was my guy. There were a few people like V. Neal was there, who obviously did some work on Beetlejuice, but also Star Trek the Motion Picture. So had to get her autograph on that. So he made out really good with Star Trek. He likes the horror, but the fact that there were people from Star Trek, and I didn't even realize. Yeah. Made an event for him. He was excited. But yeah, it was it's gonna be a good time. It sounds like you got tons of activities, which I don't want to say other events like I've been to Comic-Cons where it kind of sometimes you do things and then it becomes you want to keep your crowd entertained because you can see the celebrities so much, but you gotta have that excitement, something that keeps them around and keeps them going around. And it sounds like you really got that planned out, which
I mean, you guys are vendors too, and there's vendor rooms where you go into the vendor room, obviously you want to make your money and stuff like that, but there's more things to do besides that. There's contests and all that other stuff, and it's just we want to have a wide variety of things presented.
You're making the event an event.
You're making an event, making you want like to because you need to go to that. So
like a carnival or a circus in its own way.
Yep.
Where there's always something to do. You'll have your performances, you'll have this and that, you'll have your games, the whole thing. That's really cool. I think that's genius to really, because like I said, I've been to a lot of them, and those extra activities and things you got ideas for that you're going to be putting on, I think it's going to really hold people's attention, get them staying there and being there more and spending more money with the event and doing all these other things that you got set up. I think it's going to be a fantastic show. It really is.
We appreciate your excitement. We're glad that you're excited. We want it to work out. We want it to be everything that you want it to be and everything we want it to be. So we're ready.
You're all
less than 30 days away. So
it's coming so fast. I remember when I'm like, all right, I'm going to go, because I wasn't sure. I thought I was just going to do the one event this year. And then it just works out well to go to Orlando. So other than that 20-hour drive there and 20-hour drive back.
Well, there's Halloween Horror Nights and all that kind of stuff too in the area at the same time. So there's more to do. You don't, it's a good area. It's a great area.
It's actually my first vacation in 7 years in its own right. Because I've worked every weekend. I work a lot of hours with the job I do, which is great. I love doing all these events. But it's the first time I can get away and do something where I'm not worried about this or that, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to be able to enjoy it.
And with your family as well, you said, so that'll be good.
Yeah. But my mother's like all into it 100%. I can't believe how excited she is. Yeah, I told her, I was thinking about doing Orlando. She's like, you better get a booth before they go. Before I know it, she's already setting it up to get that booth because she didn't want me to lose it, and she's been real supportive as a mom and excited. Like she's having a lot of fun with it, and she's getting older. She's 70, so something like this and having something she really is having fun with, it's been cool. Like all around the whole experience, I'm really excited about seeing family, the event. Seeing the people.
Candlelight Effects in there, down there in the chat. That's who I'm helping with that gorilla head that I showed you.
Oh, okay.
He's one of the guys. That's Dean. He's the one that's partnered with the model contest. So he's one of the ones putting that on. So
I've seen some of his stuff on
Facebook,
on in the group. Yeah. He's incredible. You got some really talented people going there for sure.
He's one of the ones that used to run around with that friend Greg of ours that I said train with.
Okay.
He's from that group. Yeah,
okay.
We've worked together quite a few times. So
that's awesome, having good connections like that. I can't wait to check him out there too. That's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of people, and a lot of people that are in Orlando that I've known that I've never met in person are gonna be there, and it'll be cool to meet them. I got a friend coming in from Massachusetts, lifelong friend from school, flying in. It'll be good to see Mike again, Cramped Crystal Cabin 6. I wish Vinny could make it, but unfortunately, maybe next year we're planning on doing more I want to get a box truck or an RV and really travel. And Phantasm's definitely going to be my yearly event. Go visit family and have fun and see what you have for a theme. Like if you got a different theme next year, have things ready. Like say it's a Texas Chainsaw Massacre, everything. Make sure I got it on the table.
We've had discussions for next year too about what we like seeds planted for theming and potential celebrities and things like that. So let's get through year 2. Let's make it the best we can, and let's get past this whatever's going on in the world right now, and let's push through it. So
I agree. It's gonna rock. It's gonna rock for sure. It's gonna be a lot of fun, and it'll be cool to all hang out and at least see each other and meet each other in person, because I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to my mother embarrassing me there. I know my mother because she's one of those mothers. Oh, Johnny does this, and so but I'm looking forward to
my grandmother would be the same thing.
Yeah. I get around my mom and I love her to death, but I feel like I'm 10 years old again, which is cool.
Does she really sound like that? Does she do that?
Well, I don't want to. I'm usually kind of shy about it, but I'll get into my mother's accent. I always had fun with them and putting on voices, but yeah, she's kind
of like how my grandmother is.
She's Northeast lady, so it's like your father and I, and so it's so much. Your father's gonna be dressing up. I'm looking for costumes for your father.
All I can think of is the aunt from Christmas Vacation now, where you're doing it. Rusty's still in the Navy.
They want you to say the blessing.
Yeah. That's classic.
Right. Now she's gonna call you after this. She's gonna be mad at you.
Oh, we got Vinny. Is that one of his cups? Can you hear us, Vinny? His volume's off. You're on mute, Vinny. I don't know if you can see that, but he's showing some of his stuff. If you want to show some of your stuff, Vinny, I'll put you on full camera. I don't know if you can hear us or not, but maybe show some of the stuff you got. And would you guys like to see it? Some of the stuff he's
Sure. Love it.
Yeah, he's been moving some stuff around there.
Let's see if he realizes. Give him a few minutes. He's got his Michael Myers head. He's got some like items too that we've been talking about to bring to the event. That you know, a little bit of a market for everybody if they're looking for something.
Cool.
Very cool. I wonder if he can hear us. I'd love him to show that Jason doc he did. That was fantastic. I'm getting dizzy. Getting some
Right.
ring over there.
Woo.
I'll let him get
What's
set
he
up.
doing?
I'll let him get set up, and once I kind of see that he's got us, because I don't know if he can. You hear us, Vinny? I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Okay.
That's
He's got flashcards.
He's ready. He's good. He's good. He's ready to show us around. You gonna show us around, Vinny? I feel sideways.
LOL.
LOL.
Vinny, you just gotta show yourself now and do some sign language. Learn sign language, and we'll get an interpreter in here, and we'll be good.
Right.
Oh, I knew that was coming. I knew that was. At least you figured out his camera.
Devil horns.
Rock on, Vinny.
Devil horns.
Yeah, Vinny is an incredible talent. His stuff continues to blow my mind.
Yeah, just
really
everything I've
does.
seen is nuts.
Like, you know what people love? And if I can figure it out here, let me turn this. I can't do it there, but this piece, everybody loved the pumpkin. That was like the favorite piece of everybody out of all these pieces that he does with the Malpagano 13. I love this porch. Looks like Lori was drinking. She's leaned over.
Wow, I could see that.
But yeah, it's gonna be a good time.
So you got
We
swing
finally
set
got
in there?
Vinny outside.
Oh, it looks very Texas Chainsaw Massacre like.
Oh yes. And
I thought he was really outside for a second.
Let me put him on. Yeah, let me get him up there.
That's nuts. The weathering on that looks like a whole movie.
Well, it looks real. I mean, you put the right surrounding around it and the right atmosphere around it. It's certain camera angles. Just like his firehouse, his Strode firehouse. That thing in the dark. I got a poster. I showed it in one. I wish I had it down here. It's upstairs with the TV. But he made a 2018 poster, which was great. There's Vinny.
There he is.
Hey, Vinny, we see your face.
Yeah, that shot of the porch and the house and everything looks like an old home video. Looked like a real camera.
Yeah, you did the Texas Chainsaw Massacre gas station.
Oh wow!
A lot of people really love the. He's done so much different stuff. The Myers house, obviously, that he made for the bust. The Exorcist house, he made that.
Exorcist?
Yeah.
The Amityville.
I mean, Amityville. My bad. Yeah. I want to get him to make a Psycho house I was talking about. He's like, you know how crazy and big that would be, the way he does. Vinny doesn't do little things. He's big.
Yeah, but that'd be awesome if he did the hill with the stairs.
Oh, that would be so cool.
So good.
That would be kick ass for sure. Yeah, Vinny's a beast. He's always coming up. He calls them mini strokes. Since he can't talk, I'll talk for Vinny. Yeah, he'll come up with what he calls mini strokes, and I got an idea for this, and the next thing you know, I'll be showing me, and it's cool to see what he comes up with because it's a lot of it. Like you see the weathering, you look at it, even the just the detail and the weathering he does on each piece, like all the way on the Strode porch I got there. Even that pumpkin, just the little details that he puts into it.
And that's the pumpkin.
nice.
That's the face cast. Just the mask itself, right?
Yeah, that's the vacuum foam Halloween 2 mask, I believe. And you wouldn't think it'd make something awesome like that, but in the lighting, as you can see, and I really love that about all the stuff is being able to the lights he puts on it. It adds so much to it. And
there you
people,
go. Steve, there's your gas station.
There's a gas station.
there we go. We put that up there. Yeah, even the Coke machine.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Yeah, Vinny don't play when the first Strode house, if I can stop stuttering, that he made, or not this new first Strode house, the Myers house for the bust I got for the 13. He made the windows, I guess, slightly too big, so he threw it and it didn't break, and he made a whole nother one. So that's just how he is. If it ain't perfect, he ain't happy. And he's been doing construction for 40 years, and I'm glad to see him doing this because he's got a huge future and
That's awesome.
and what he does. Yeah, it's unbelievable. It looks real in the dark, right?
Yeah,
it looks like you walk on set, you get.
Yeah, that's incredible. I got another buddy that does dioramas and stuff like that, but he's doing like the whole town of like Dukes of Hazzard, like the garage and Cooter's garage and all that stuff, and the barn and all that. That's insane work.
Yeah, I actually follow John Snyder on YouTube. He does some live stream. He seems like an interesting guy. Seems like pretty down to earth dude. Definitely a country boy.
Oh wow, yeah.
I grew up with the Dukes of Hazzard, so I love that show. That and Knight Rider, I think they were back to back for a time too. Yeah, that's just insane.
That's nuts.
Yeah, awesome. I love it.
Yeah, when it comes to detail, I think that's what really sets him apart from some other people that do stuff. It's really cool, but he just adds those little things.
All his stuff, it's all like one of a kind type stuff too, right? I mean, there's no molding or anything. It's all
he makes that with stuff he has. A lot of it's what he does and how he does it's amazing. But like he said, he's been doing construction for 40 years, so it's basically the same thing but on a smaller scale, so he doesn't have to break his back lifting the lumber.
Yeah.
Awesome. So that's a nice file cabinet, Vinny. I like that.
Yeah,
right.
That's great.
He finds the greatest stuff to stop on.
We got some big plans. I know I'm putting a lot of he's ready. He's kind of cranking out. It's a lot of work for him. He's excited about having stuff on the table and showing everybody there at Phantasm. I think it's going to really knock some people off their feet because more lamps we got. We just got some.
Yeah, put your there you go, part 3. One of my favorites.
Yeah, hold on, let me put that up there. Yeah, and then he's got Savini's head in the hand.
Savini head, yep. I remember that. Yeah. See, I had that model in the early, like when Jason Goes to Hell came out. They sold that model just like that, but it I don't think it had the Savini head with it at the time, but the head for the Jason was the Goes to Hell Jason head with the gash in the eye. But that I think they repurposed whatever model that was and just redid the head so they could cash in on Jason Goes to Hell.
Well, of course. Yeah, Vinny's got some pieces that he's been collecting for, like talking to Vinny, he's with his family when he was young, he'd be going to the drive-ins when he was a kid. So he saw all those horror movies in the theater. And then he raised his kids. His son Joey did a Godzilla piece. Where did I put it? I'm not right here. I'll show it after.
Yeah, that's awesome with the resin.
And Joey's not. I'd like to see him and his dad get together and do some projects because he did a pretty cool Godzilla for me. I'll show that after we look at the stock. But I love that. That piece is amazing. I know it's for sale. And what you pay and what you get with Vinny is more than fair. He's always takes care of people. That he's always good to his customers. It's definitely gives value with everything he does.
I saw Jack.
Yeah, he's got plans with that Nicholson head. I don't want to say like any of his plans because I like to let him tell people. But yeah, I know he's got plans for that Nicholson head.
That's awesome.
That's amazing paint too. He did such a good job.
Yeah.
Like I said, what can't Vinny do? I don't know. Well, now I do. He doesn't know how to work a phone with a camera or have one, but he sure can do anything else. There he is. There's Vinny. Well, he's telling me to fuck myself. Gave me the old fuck you. But that's amazing. He did that. That is really cool.
That's awesome. Very
There's
cool.
the Sam.
Well, the Loomis, yeah, those we're gonna try to have those on the table. I know he's got a few of them. He made the mold and pulled the cast and painted it, and it started off. And he's got it really polished. That's the best looking one he's done. He did a few things. I think that's amazing. If you like Loomis, that's awesome because he's as important to Halloween as Michael Myers for sure. Vinny makes clocks too, so I think we're gonna have some clocks.
One.
You're number one.
Johnson. Wait.
1 sec. Okay, we're waiting. See, he's learning sign language as the stream. See, this is a learning stream too.
Very much so, yes.
Yeah. Now, Steve, did you guys say you are coming or you're not coming or to Fantasm? Yeah.
I'm a little bit far away. I'm in Western Canada, so
okay. I must have missed that. I didn't realize that.
That's all good. I will be traveling to Texas though, hopefully next year to film our movie.
He wanted to come in and hang out with us, and Steve's an awesome guy. Super cool. I mean, it's always good.
On TV? Want to get online? Nope. You hauling ass? Okay.
I'm going to put him on solo until he comes back with what he's waiting for 1 second. So people don't have to look at that. But, here's, I'll put me a larger screen here. Here's a piece that Joey made, his son.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's hard to see in the dark, but yeah, it's pretty cool. He's definitely got his dad's talent. Oh, wait, and I'll show a few other things. Let's see what I got. Got to show off my buddy James Grimm here.
Excuse me.
Pretty scene. It's got Tyler Main, Dee Wallace, and Scout Taylor Compton on.
Nice.
Yeah. Cool. Awesome piece. Jesse Aarons. I'm bringing some clowns by Evil J. Evil J is awesome. This is a pretty cool zombie. This will look cool. This was done by Jesse. I got the tag. I forget who did. I don't want to say sculpted by Hocus Pocus Storm and painted by Jesse Aarons. Jolly Zombie. I like this one. This one looks great in lighting.
That's
cool.
Got a lot of tension in that face.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a big old smile. I love how the tongue kind of sticks out too.
Oh.
Yeah, Jesse's great. He's one of the. I own a lot of pieces by him. He does a lot of Michael Myers. I got a big Ben by him. So yeah, some really cool pieces. I got a little bit of everything coming, and some surprises that we're working on. So it should be. I'm looking forward to the table this time. The first table I did, it was definitely nerve-wracking, and I felt good about it for a first table. So
it looked nice. If that's the one you showed me, it looked good.
Yeah, it was fun. I definitely want to step it up even more for Phantasm. Really add whatever I can to help out.
Oh, it'll be fine. You'll be great.
I'm looking forward to it. Oh, the Predator.
Oh, Predator.
Nice. That's nice. The first Predator too, my favorite, the original.
Yeah. Oh, it's not just the mask though. Vinny doesn't do simple.
Yeah. Right. The whole.
Yeah.
Diorama.
You get Vinny to do something for you. It's an event inside of it. It's insane.
Yeah, I love the original Predator. It was the perfect design.
It really was.
Yeah.
You can't beat it. Especially when you saw the original design and they finally came up with.
Well, they did this in they redesigned it in 2 weeks or whatever. less than a month or whatever to design it, sculpt it, cast it, paint it on the way to the set. It's like, it's insane.
I heard he drew it, and I forget who it was who gave him the idea for the design with the teeth and stuff.
I think he was on a plane. I think he was on a plane.
He was on a plane, and that's how he came up with it. He was talking to somebody. I forget who it was. He was sitting next to somebody else, and they gave him the idea, and I forget who it was, but yeah.
Yeah, it's an insane design. Like you said, considering what they were going to go with.
Yeah, oh God, it wouldn't have been the same movie for sure.
Yeah,
definitely not.
And then, having Jean-Claude Van Damme in it too was so weird.
He had his moments, but I just don't think he was the best choice. I think they ultimately made the right decision.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that movie was so brilliant. I remember being a kid, and I went to go see that, and like we did a double feature. We did that and RoboCop. Can you beat those movies back to back?
Right.
In '87. Oh my God, that was so much fun.
Yeah, Kevin Peter Hall he brought so much to that thing.
Oh yeah, it was just a perfect movie. Even Predator 2 kind of doesn't get the love it deserves. I was going to rewatch that today too. But I liked Predator. I was hoping Predators would have had more. I really liked the universe they set up, and I think there was a lot more they could have done with it.
Yeah. Well, they had that Predator, the first movie Predator, is the one that Derek Mears wore. The one that was strapped up. That's same mold. So it was cool that they brought that back. It's just as a little homage. My cat's like freaking out. I let him in, and he's what are you doing? He's like smelling around. He's lived here for 12 years, and he's freaking out.
Feels like a new experience tonight for him. How is he getting
I guess. Why are you in the bedroom talking to nobody?
Sees a ghost.
Right? Oh, yeah. Well, my wife already thinks this room is haunted, so.
Could be that Michael Myers there. I'll creep people out.
He sits over us when I try to sleep.
Oh, here we go. We got
here's Leatherface. Oh.
This piece is one of my favorites that he painted. I did this a couple months ago.
Oh wow.
Nice.
Yeah, Vinny's one of those guys. If you have something you'd ever want him to do, since he does everything custom, he's one of those guys that can really. You ask him, he can do it. And he's a super horror fan. Like he's seen like every horror movie. He's been a fanatic. Raised his sons on horror movies too. So. Yeah, and he studies those details. Look, he's saying the same thing. He knows his horror. He'll sit there and do his work and watch horror movies, he tells me. So
I'm trying to do that too. I mean, I watch stuff with my kids too, and everyone's like, "Why you show them that?" And it's like, they know it's fake, But there's some things that I probably shouldn't let them watch that they've seen, but still,
that's where I'm careful. With my job, a lot of my horror movies, all three of them enjoy horror movies, but one of them's a super fan.
That's my daughter.
He'll watch any horror movie, but I got to be a little bit careful because it's kind of like in its own way being a parent. Well, is that appropriate for him to watch or something? It's not the killing or anything. It's the other stuff that usually 80 movies have. Yeah. It's like, oh, I feel like my mother and father when I was a kid. Turn it up. Turn it up. Turn it up.
You were like me, though. You'd go and you'd just crack the door and look or sit behind the couch and watch,
Oh, yeah. I tried. But you know what? I was pretty crafty at getting away with things. I was a sneaky guy. I watched enough Michael Myers to be able to sneak there and stealth ninja into that TV set without them noticing. Keep that thing on real quiet, and I'd be watching. But I got to a certain age, and I don't know, it was weird with my parents. They didn't mind if I saw stuff, but a second a boob came out, it was crazy.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And it was the 80s. I mean, I don't know necessarily how old you are, but in the 80s, there was always going to be a boob coming out.
Oh, yeah. Well, the ones I know, that's why I've seen Part 6 a lot. And actually part 6 of Halloween and part 6 of Friday the 13th a lot because there's really not a lot of that.
Yeah, there's nothing in that.
No, well, part 6 there is. There's like a slight scene in The Curse of Michael Myers, so I've seen that a lot, which is all right. I don't love the story in it, but I love the look of Michael Myers.
Yeah. So what do you think about that, the theatrical versus the producer's cut?
I like the theatrical better. I thought the producer there was some cool things, but the theatrical had the head explode on the electrical box. That was definitely missing. And I didn't like the incest thing. Michael Myers. Yeah. I mean, it was kind of in both of them, but it was pretty I don't know.
They laid it out. Yeah, they laid it out in the producer's cut. Yeah.
I got both of them, so I've watched both of them. I think there's some aspects I enjoy better in the producers, but overall as a movie, I really think I prefer the theatrical cut. Mm-hmm. And the reason it was called, it was supposed to be Halloween 666, but because it was such hell to work on, they called it Curse of Michael Myers because they called it a curse to work on.
Yeah. And I actually love how they turned the A into the thorn. Yeah. I think that's catchy. That was cool looking. But
I mean, that's my favorite timeline. Well, we'll see what happens with 2018 and Kills and how that finishes up. But Halloween 1, 2, I'm going to put 3 in there because it's still 4, 5, and 6. 5 started getting off the course a little bit, and 6.
Speaking of Shatner, he got Devil's Reign over here.
Yeah, the Devil's Reign. He was thinking about bringing that there, but that's cool. Devil's Reign because that was the one reason we were kind of. It has to be somebody who knows and loves Devil's Reign that's going to want that because it's awesome. Yeah. He was all excited to build this piece.
Well, isn't that movie the reason why they did the face cast?
Yep.
In the first place? Yeah, that's what I thought.
I believe so.
I believe it was for the eyes or something. That's the reason they did the face cast to do the Kirk mask in the first place. I could be wrong, but I think that's what I heard.
It was funny. I don't know. I forgot I never told one of my guys, the one who's a Star Trek fan. I told him today, did you know? And I just never thought to tell him. I've known is, did you know that that's William Shatner's face on Michael Myers? So every time you see Michael Myers, it's William Shatner. He had a big old smile on his face. He doesn't talk, but he had a big smile when he heard that.
There you go. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to have to head her up because I got a meeting at 9 o'clock. Well, 9 p. Pacific time. It must be way later for you guys, but yeah, I have a meeting with somebody, so I'm going to jet, but you guys are awesome. Thanks for having me on there, John.
Thank you. You're awesome. Thanks for talking.
Appreciate it. Thanks, Steve. A lot of fun.
Keep in touch. Thanks for joining us. We'll be in touch again, Tony. I
wish
you all the best of luck on your event.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Steve, good luck
to you.
Yeah. Awesome. All right. Thanks, guys.
All right. Take care. I don't know how much longer we're going to go. I don't know how much more Vinny's got, but yeah, because I got to get up early, get my guys ready for work. But it's been a blast. We could do another one of these before the event if there's any new news and anything you want to share. I'm more than happy to. It's been a lot of fun to just kind of hang out and talk and talk. Oh, Vinny's got more, so we can't end it yet, I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean, while he's showing it off, like I said, and I'll tell you again, I appreciate all the promotion you've done and all the talking up you've done. I'm glad you're excited. We're excited too, and just we can't wait for it to happen. And the sooner it gets here, the sooner we can plan for year 3. And
absolutely, I think this year is going to be a big success. I'm excited to get there, and you got from what I've seen, some really cool vendors. Obviously, some great celebrities. There's the firehouse. Now that's going to be at the event, like I said.
Nice.
And that thing in the dark, when he's got it lit up, that looks like real fire, as you've seen.
And has he had that at a show yet at all?
No. I'm the first one I think that's taken him to a show, unless he's done it on his own. It's kind of been like that. I've been I started off buying that pumpkin that you saw, that jack-o'-lantern, and me and him became good. There we go.
Nice.
That is awesome.
It rolls. The fire rolls. Got a little strobe effect.
Yeah, that was supposed to be mine, but my buddy Sal and Vinny's buddy Sal really wanted it, and I only got so much space, so I told Vinny he can make me another one down the road. But I'm jealous. I'm going to be jealous. That's going to be a hard piece that's going to be there that I'm going to have to ship out afterwards.
Yeah,
but
you're going to not take home with you. Yeah.
Oh, I want it, but you know what? If there's one person, I'm happy to kind of have it. But I already told Vinny I'm going to have him make me one too.
That's awesome. I love the pulsing.
Yeah, it looks so real. It does in the right lighting. That fire, when he first showed it to me and some of the pictures he took with the lighting, you couldn't even tell it wasn't a real fire. I thought he lit the thing on fire to kind of show the effect.
Well, the picture I saw, I was like, is that a still? Because it looks,
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Yeah, it looks like the film set. It looks so good. The floodlights on the roof and all that.
Yeah. Detail is one thing he doesn't miss, and he sees it real well. And I think that's important with any creator. Is it's not the big things that make the difference; it's the little things, and that's what I really appreciate about Vinny is he's so detail oriented. I mean, even the smoke coming out of the door there.
Yeah. So good. It's so good.
Let it burn. I don't know if you can hear us, Vinny. But we're enjoying seeing he hears us. Got the big old thumbs up by Vinny C.
Nice.
That's amazing, though. It's the first time I've kind of seen it on video, too, so it's kind of cool to see it. Like you said, those lights on the top really help.
Yeah. Like you said, the smoke coming out of the door, and you can see just a little bit of the light through it, the diffused pulse. Yeah, that right there. That's so awesome.
Yeah, it's so good. So good. Then you put it just in the right angles like there, it looks like a real fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's genius how he did it. I'm still blown away by it. It's my favorite piece. Like I really wanted it, but luckily I like Sal. He's an officer of the law. I don't want him harassing me. The Sal guy giving me fake tickets.
Well, I know you keep mentioning it. It's kind of like you're like putting a little bit of a.
I'm regretting it. No, I'm just kidding. Look, it's going to be an epic piece. I just know it. It's one of those things where anything Vinny makes, I love it, but I only got so much room anymore. I'm hoping to. I'm so into the bus and the dioramas that Vinny does now that it's like an addiction. It's like you go from a basic Michael Myers mask, and now I love all these big pieces that he does.
Yeah, we don't have a lot of room, so it's like
I don't either. This is a 9x9 room of. I just don't have.
Yeah,
I'm running out.
Well, I've got my stuff in every room, and it's a lot. I'm a book guy more than anything.
How are you?
Less. I mean, I have toys and collectibles and stuff like that, but mostly it's like graphic novels and comics and stuff like that. I have a lot of books, film books, like the art of and the making of, and the ILM model books and stuff like that. That's my collection. And I got the Jason Mass and the horror stuff, but I don't have like the dioramas and things like that. She would destroy.
Yeah, it's fun having them. The hardest part, like you said, is space.
Yeah.
But it's so cool.
Yeah,
the books are awesome too. I have books. I got into The Walking Dead for a while, so I got a stack of those and some other things and some like a Preacher #1 and in The Boys #1. What do we got there? Oh, that's the Evil Dead lamp.
It's awesome.
He made a miniature one. That's the smaller version he made. But I'll be right back. Give me 1 second. I gotta run upstairs real quick. Unless we wanna. Well, I'll let Vinny show some of his stuff here. I'll be right.
Yeah, great work, Vinny. I mean, that stuff's awesome. It's gonna look great on the table. John's table. Yeah, I see my buddy Dean mentioned space. Yep. Yeah. It sucks. It's nice to have all the things, but I keep buying more. Keep getting in trouble. I am by myself, I think. Vinny, stop moving stuff around. There he goes. Yeah, Rick Smith, can't wait to get back into making masks. I poured up a gorilla ape head for my buddy Dean there today. It was the first mask I've cast in latex in probably 4 years, 3 or 4 years. So no problem. You're welcome, sir. So yeah, that was fun. And then, I didn't spill any, so that was good. Saved some materials. So get back into it. Rick DeLaurier? Maybe. Possibly. Let me look you up. Let's see. You do look a little familiar.
All right.
He's back. He's back.
I'm back. Yeah, Rick's on Facebook. Awesome guy.
Hey, he does look a little familiar.
What's that?
He does look. He says he thinks he knows me. Looks slightly familiar.
He does a lot of conventions. He might have ran into you before you started, just being at the same convention.
Maybe, yeah.
I think
if I do know you and I don't recognize you, I apologize.
Oh, Tony, best Friday the 13th.
Oh. My wife's in the other room. 3, no 6. She really likes 6. She likes the kids. I like 6 too. I think it's a lot of fun. I think it was the right amount of humor added at the right time, kept it from getting too stale. And we came right off of 5, which was the sleaziest of the entries. But
don't be on number 5.
What's that?
Don't be hating on part 5. I love my part 5, Roy.
Not hating on 5 at all. I love it too. I think it's
one of my favorites.
Beyond the first or beyond the original. It's the most plausible plot with a copycat killer. I mean, I don't hate it at all.
Well, that's where I was good about. I was happy about the remake, and I did like the remake because I did like Zombie Jason, but after part 6, it just it was good to go back to the roots. The only Jason part, Friday the 13th, I don't like is Jason Goes to Hell. I get they were trying to. It felt like it was a script written for a totally different movie, and they decided to say, "Hey, let's throw Jason in there and call it a Friday the 13th movie."
Let's bookend it with Jason and mention him a couple times during it. Yeah, it's weird, and
they wanted to do it.
It definitely had that early 90s feel to it.
I'm also one of those guys who can have fun with Jason X, though. A lot of people just despise and hate that movie.
It's corny, of course, taking him to space and all that, but it was fun. It's still fun.
Yeah.
It was a placeholder because they couldn't get Freddy versus Jason off the ground yet again. So they said, "What are we going to do? Let's throw a movie out real quick." But I liked it.
I did in a lot. I mean, even Freddy versus Jason gets a lot. I mean, you're always going to have hate for different things. Oh, there's is Freddy. My personal favorite, I think, part 6 was the first one I saw, and I do love part 6. And C.J. Graham, like Mike had mentioned earlier, funny guy. That dude was hilarious. He started just having a conversation with me when I walked up. Before I even said anything, the security guy I was kind of friends with there, he was at our booth a lot, mine and Mike's, and he was talking, and we'd get there, and he just started talking about barroom fights. The first thing he said was, there's two things that's gonna happen at in a barroom brawl with me. Don't ask me how it got there. Is either I'm gonna kick their ass and they're gonna get their ass kicked by a senior citizen, or they kick my ass and they kick the shit out of a senior citizen. So either way, they lose. He looks like he could still play Jason, and he was real personable. I mean, like, so you would. And he actually said that the writer of Part 6 has a Friday the 13th script that he really loves, and he'd actually
like to
play in them. The only thing he wouldn't be able to do, because he's getting older, is the falls. He's like, Jason falls hard. That's the hardest part about playing Jason, is falling hard. It was really cool talking to him, because he just started going off and talking about everything. Super personable guy. I was like, this is great. This guy's just sitting here telling us the craziest stories, but they're funny as hell.
Yeah, I've seen him do the the in costume photo shoots. Yeah, and he still has that same exact build to him, like Kane does too, but Kane's getting older as well. But you can tell just by the body shape and the way they stand that that's them. So it's cool.
Kane's gone through a lot more.
Oh yeah,
with the burns and stuff where but I mean, CJ's a big dude still for a 64. I think he said he was 64 years old. That dude,
man,
I wouldn't mess with him. I wouldn't mess with him. He's in good shape. He was hurting though. He hurt his back. He was filming, I think, some indie projects he's been doing. So he's still kind of active and acting, from what I can tell. But I think if that Part 6 writer came up with something he really liked and he sounded like he was really interested, hopefully they could get something like that off the ground, because I'd love to see Derek Mears play him again. I think it'd just be too hard for Kane to play now. I just think it'd be just too hard for him physically.
He did all the breathing and all that stuff. He really put himself into it. So I know he did Victor. He was still doing Victor.
Yeah.
That was a while ago too, but still, I mean, that was grueling.
I'm sure he'd do it because he's just tough like that. Even if it was a painful role for him, he's just that kind of guy. You can tell. But and I love all everybody who played Jason. I think did a great job. Brooker's my favorite.
Brooker was great. I got a great shot when I met Brooker one time. I think he was a little tipsy, but he's super sweet. He was a nice guy too. He was so cool. Yeah, and he's just you hear all the documentary stuff of him walking around the set with his pipe, full makeup on, with a pipe in his mouth.
That'd be hilarious.
Yeah, just the gentleman. You know what I mean? The Brit.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Brooker. I think Brooker is my favorite. I like Ted White too. White he was very physical as well. I like them all for different reasons.
Part 3 is probably my favorite part. And a lot of people put Part 5 way down there, but I'd put that probably in my top 4 or 5, really. I mean,
it's good.
It gets a lot of hate because it's not Jason, but there was so many great scenes in that, really.
All the movies that don't have the killer in it or the main character in it get hate. And if you reevaluate them and just say, okay, we know. I know we're going to catch hell for the Michael people that hate 3, you know what I mean? But if you evaluate them on a different level and just say, okay, maybe they made a misstep, but how was the actual movie? You know what I mean? It's like, take that out of it. 3, Halloween 3 is, I think, a great movie. It's a great scary movie on its own.
Part 2's the same way. Part 1's the same way, really, in all of them.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Part 1.
If we're talking Halloween, Part 3 in its own, like we talked about earlier, it's an awesome. It's a really creative story. Really creative story.
Yeah. So if you
it.
take out the fact that it doesn't have the character that you're expecting to see the most, it's still good.
Yeah, but even with once you get past that, and it's the same thing with Part 5. I mean, you really just don't know what's going on until the end, and it turns out to have a little twist. And I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, it is cool. I agree.
Oh, he said, "That's it. I'm done. I'm tired." Okay, he showed off all your stuff. I think we're gonna wrap it up soon. I'm sure. it's getting late for you on the East Coast. It's getting late here, but it's been a blast. We definitely should do it again, maybe one more time before the event.
One more. I got a couple other people that want to talk and stuff like that too. So yeah, we can do it again for sure. Hit me up.
We can. If you have any suggestions, if Roy or something wants to come on too, get him on. You guys can, it might even anybody you wanna bring or something.
All right.
That's perfect with me, and we'll talk some more and really keep hyping the event up. And anybody in Orlando, Florida area, Georgia, get there. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
It's going to be fun.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, we'll definitely get on there. And like I said, phantasmorlando.net. What's he say? Next time you'll have shit fixed.
Yeah. Well, I know it's rough. I know he really wanted to get on here and talk to you because he's excited to bring for his stuff to be seen at the event. Let me just check this chat real quick if that's cool with you. If they have any questions.
Sure.
I've been really bad about that. I'm trying to get used to walking and chewing gum. It's not the best skill I have. But Rick was saying loves his work. Candlelight FX is saying sweet Vinny. It's 12 a.m. here almost for Rick.
Yeah.
Tony's the best.
That's
cool. Okay. Rick says he can't wait to get back into mask making. He makes some makes some different masks. I know his favorite was Captain Spaulding, so he's got a lot of that. He's got some really cool stuff. Let's see. Kane is God. That's Rick's favorite. I love Kane. I love all the Jasons. I love Kane.
I do too.
I love CG. I think they all brought something really special. Tell Tony about. Oh yeah, he's friends with Daniel Harris. He's met a few of them. He even brought on John Kassir into the group, which was cool.
Who is this?
The Krypt Keeper.
Oh, no, I mean who? What one were you just?
Rick Smith. Rick Delarie.
Gotcha.
Halloween 3. Yep, I'm taking candles. A big fan. Hey John, Rick, okay, that was what he was asking. And Fantasm Orlando. Let me drop your links again.
Thank you. Yeah, sign up for contests if you guys are into model building. There's still some time for that. That's a Saturday only thing, so it's only for a few hours. Just drop your kid off, sign up. Yeah, there's all kinds of things. Costume contest, model contest. If you have your films in the film festival, we appreciate it. We'll get them judged.
Yeah, you guys got everything going, and I'm sure you guys still got things. Always brainstorming different stuff that's going on because always being prepared. It seems like that's the one thing that's really impressed me with everything that's been like. You guys seem like you're prepared. If this happens, we got Plan B, we got Plan C, and I think that's a real important thing. And it seems like you guys put a lot of thought into that.
Yeah, and if anybody wants to do like panels, if you have any ideas for panels, anything at all horror related, anybody's welcome to put in a panel. Just go to the website, submit it, it gets approved, and then you schedule your own time right there live on the site. So we've got plenty of room for more panels.
We'll talk about some stuff on that because we can brainstorm some ideas. I'd definitely be down to. Like I said, I'm there to help in any way I can with the event. If I can, with the table, anything you guys need, you let me know on my end as a vendor. Really excited and want to see you guys really blow up even more, leading into next year, even bigger than this one, which I can't imagine being a Myers fan.
That's the goal. We'll see what we can do for next year. And like I said, just want it to grow and be successful and make everybody want to come back.
Well, you seem like you got a good team around you, and that's the important thing.
I do.
Check out Phantasm Orlando Phantasm.
You did
on Facebook.
PhantasmOrlando.net. Yep.
Yep. Check it out on Facebook. I'm going to have the links in the description after this goes live. I'm going to put it in the comment section there too, so people that watch the replay or look at the replay know where to find you. Check out Doomsday's Krypt. We'll keep you updated too. And And yeah, really looking forward to it. I appreciate everything. Ari to John. Okay.
Yeah, Doomsday's Krypt's a fun group, man.
I appreciate that. Yeah, for a public group, the people in there, I haven't had any issues, which has been really cool. So many really great people that help that group be what it is.
Well, it's like you said, the horror community is like that. So
yeah. It's been a really fun time. I'm looking forward to Phantasm. It's going to be my last event of the year. I didn't really plan on a second one, but I'm excited about this one. It's going to be a good way to end the Halloween season for me on the road. So,
you got a trek, and we appreciate it. And we're glad that for you not wanting to do a second one, that you're doing a big undertaking. So,
like I said, I was going to go small table, bring a few masks, and just promote the group page. And then it's like, you know what? These guys have been so cool to me, and I had so much fun in my first event. I want to go there and hopefully put it on an entertaining booth for everybody that comes and visits. So,
from what you showed me of that one booth, I think you're going to knock it out of the park. I think you're going to be a centerpiece.
So, I appreciate that.
No problem.
But thank you guys. Thank you everybody for being here. Thank you, Tony, for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you, Vinny. Thank you, Vinny. Thank you, Mike, Camp Crystal Cabin 6. And also thank you, Steve Merlo. It was a lot of fun hanging out with you guys. Tony, I will be seeing you soon, and hopefully we can set something up and do another stream and hopefully build up some more hype for the event. Get these people in Orlando. It's a must go, in my opinion. So
sounds good. Thank you.
Helps. All right, brother. Take care.
Have a good night. Bye, guys.
Bye, chat.